So in theory, this should be working. All right. So as a quick recap for folks, last time you guys made your way back towards Astoria, met up with the dwarves, let them know that their people had been found and they could put them to rest. You let Vulcan know that you had relit the fires of the forge, and he was going to start making his way over there to set up shop, as it were, so he can start providing you folks with some arms and armament and other things should you need it. He had some bonding time with Sophia, teaching her the basics of the blacksmithing trade, which she seems to pick up very, very readily, thanks to the influence of Pythor's hammer. Realizing that you had a little bit of time before the Princess Honora was to be sacrificed, you kind of looked for a way to abide by the agreement without actually sacrificing her. Some of you went down to check out the sacrifice site. Realized that there was not only some harpies around, but also the telltale remnants of basilisks. Decided to head out in the morning, try to track those down, figuring that those were probably the creatures responsible for the sacrifice. Along the way, you encountered a small flock of harpies. Dealt with them, but not without taking some damage at any rate. And that's where we left off. The trail to the Basilisks is still very easy to follow. And we will pick up there, having just defeated the harpies.
Dun, dun, dun.
I can't remember, was I in that fight or was I still sleeping it off?
No, they gathered everybody in the morning, so you're a little bit hungover, but you
Still
definitely
in the fight.
Still there, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, some were hurt more than others.
Sounds good.
And the Basilisk Trail leads into the mountains just to the west of Astoria. It's probably the mountains themselves are no more than half a day across the river.
Cool.
And you know that you have probably about 5 days until Honora is due to be sacrificed.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
So she does. When you were speaking with her, she did seem not necessarily resigned to her fate. Like, she's like, if you can get me out of this, that'd be great, but definitely willing to go through with it to save her city. So it's not like she's not suicidal or resigned to the fact that she's going to die, but she's willing to do so.
Hero complexes seem to run in her family. Cough, cough, Sophia.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, not at all.
And also a sense of nobility that would make people actually appreciate Venture if they had it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sore now, though.
I would say the question at this point in time is, does everyone feel up to actually scouting out where the basilisks are probably living?
Yeah?
Yeah, we don't have to go in and fight them. We just need to find out where their lair is.
I sing a song to heal Sophia.
Judging by what Sophia was saying after our camp out last night, their hunting grounds reach here, so it's not like they're far away.
Exactly. We should be able to trail them back to, I'm assuming, whatever underground lair they have.
There we go, Sophia. All better.
Oh, appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. So yeah, so you guys between Sophia and Agri, following the trail of Basilisk isn't hard. Every once in a while, you find like, oh, that's probably an unlucky rabbit foot since it's made of stone, and other things of that nature. And you do find the trail leads to a cave in the mountains. Not like super high up in the mountains, just like up a couple of little foothills. And along the way, you do see like there are definite signs of the local wildlife having been preyed upon by the basilisks.
Huh. Neat.
Well, I guess the question at this point in time is, does everyone feel good about taking these things on now, or should we wait till tomorrow? We have plenty of time.
Well, we don't know how many there are is the issue.
Could be. Maybe another overnight vigil and account might work.
Well, if that's the case, let's go eat something.
Thoughts, ideas?
I mean, we can go kill off some of them, but shouldn't we leave some for the night of the sacrifice and we can kill them off then? And then that way it
No,
doesn't look like we planned this ahead.
I would.
we're just
much prefer the
adventurers
idea-
cleaning up the monsters in the area.
Yes, I just believe that we should go and take care of everyone, so that way we don't have to worry about them, and maybe we only have to worry about something that's being sent from the water to get her.
I
Exactly.
agree, Deacon.
I agree as well.
Light the nest on fire?
You know, take care of two of the things, so the only thing left is the extra thing that was being sent.
Oh, Chris, if this were Conan, I could totally do that. Did somebody say bomb?
This is one of those things where you're like, nobody has fireball.
Yet. Yet.
I hear it's an entertaining spell.
So yes, so you do find the cave. There's like a couple of entrances to it. The entrances are kind of blocked over with rock. It's very obvious that like nobody has gone spelunking in these caves, for example. It is a little bit of a scrabble / climb to approach either of the two entrances to it that you see. But from inside, you can definitely hear the sound of claws on stone and a weird kind of like a reptilian chirping sound, kind of back and forth.
Oh, they're talking.
Probably also behooves us a bit too to maybe hit the library and figure out just exactly what we're really going to be up against.
Good idea.
Chris, I'm gonna listen really intently to the chirping for a few minutes so that I can mimic it later.
Okay, yep.
I believe Actor lets me do that.
Yes. Speech of another person or sounds made by other creatures. You must have heard them speaking for at least a minute.
Yeah, so I'll like shut everybody up for a minute and be like, shh, let me listen. So that I can copy it later.
Okay. Yeah, it's you guys are kind of astounded with the facility with which Sophia manages to mimic these sounds. It's really
I'm Helena.
sorry, Helena.
Well, maybe Sophia's trying too.
I mean, I'm listening, but I
don't
don't
know.
think it's any of the languages I speak.
It wouldn't be chirping, it would be mooing, I suspect.
Shh, be careful. I might accidentally kick you.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, I start mimicking the chirping noises.
That way, when you give your next performance, you could say, and the basilisk said, chirpy, chirpy, chirp.
Exactly. You need the details, man.
Since you're listening so intently, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Uh.
I don't know if there's any way I can get advantage on that, but I really wish I could.
Sadly, no. But you do. You can tell that it's more than a couple in there.
Hey, guys, there's a few of them in there.
Okay.
There was about 4 to 6, I think, when we saw them in the evening, wasn't there?
Yeah, it looked like a small group of about less than half a dozen.
So what's the plan?
Granted. I think the plan right now is to go back to the city, wait till tomorrow, and if we want to send a little something out at night, go have a look to see and count how many there are, we can. But I think some research is probably the best thing to go because, let's face it, if you don't understand enough, you've lost a battle already.
But hey, now I can be a distraction.
You always are.
Well, more
I'll assume
importantly,
that's a compliment.
It was.
more importantly, we can get some food into you and you can have a nap.
That sounds marvelous.
Sound like a plan?
Starving. I feel like I threw up half my body weight.
Well, it's fine. That's fine because you ate like 6 times that.
Yeah, you should still be at least half full.
You guys forget, my wings are heavy. I may look tiny, but these are massive, and she unfurls the 6-foot-long wings.
I was unaware that your wings were part of your digestive system.
Yeah, well, I have to keep those muscles going too, you know.
I mean, they're massive compared to the rest of you, but
Right, so you guys are making your way back to Astoria and gonna take the day to do some research and the like.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
I wonder if the people at the church that contain the horn would know anything more about basilisks.
Quite possible. I'm sure there's some learned folk in the city as well that can talk to us about the local flora and fauna. A druid or a ranger, perhaps, if we find one.
I think he meant one that specializes in the local animals, not just general druid.
Yes, I didn't think you were actually native to the area. I agree.
Oh, I agree. You got a field promotion. You're now General Druid.
Reporting for duty.
All right.
Anyways, I'm sure there's a scholar or two we could throw some silver at to get the information we need.
So yes, Astoria isn't large enough to have an actual library per se, but they do have. There is Aesop at the Dragon Shrine, who did seem to be fairly knowledgeable on things, as well as that's also where you last saw Kyra, who is a well-traveled bard as well. So the travel back to Astoria, completely nonchalant, nothing out of the ordinary. When you do pass by the area where you had encountered the harpies, it does seem like some scavengers have been by and kind of picked at the carcasses, so it's kind of a gory, bloody mess at that area. But to Agri's trained eye, it looks like it's just natural predators taking advantage of the fresh meat.
Well, they do have a role to play in nature.
Oh, meat sounds delicious.
I am now
Oh, I
convinced
think
you're
I'll
nothing
pass
more
on
than a
that.
flying stomach.
Yep.
Well, I have to keep the lungs going too, you know.
Back to the city of Astoria, just as you left it.
Well, yes, hopefully in that little short journey we didn't come back and somebody decided to bomb the heck out of it.
Like the
Yep.
centaurs on the edge
Yep.
of town, you mean?
No,
God, you never.
the Centaur army is still camped out. Like as dusk starts to set in, you can see the lights from their campfires, but they haven't made any move on the city or anything.
Hey,
See-
Sophia.
What?
Sophia,
Mm-hmm.
I pull out the amethyst ring that we found. I'm just wondering, like, before you have to worry about recharging your spell load for the next day, could you determine if this is magic or not, or is it just pretty?
I could do that, yeah.
Very pretty though.
Well, I mean, yes, it can be both, but
Oh, there's no appraisal in this game.
No.
So she'll take the ring and
my
sort of.
precious.
We're still walking into town, aren't we?
Yeah, if you want to do this on the road, you certainly can.
Okay, perfect. Then yes, she will identify it as they walk along.
Yeah, it has no magical properties. It is well made enough that it could probably be enchanted, but it's not currently enchanted.
Okay.
And as far as appraisal goes, if anybody is trained in jeweler's tools, it would allow you to ballpark the price on it.
I do not. I have thieves' abilities, but not jewelers.
Well, if we don't convert it into drachma, I suspect we'll just need to find an honest gem dealer.
I can tell you whether they're honest or not.
I imagine Vulcan might have a recommendation or two.
Oh, probably.
I would think he would deal with some of them at some point or another.
Back to the inn.
Yes, back to the inn.
I suppose I'm not exactly the best at research anyway. Or trying to. I might be decent at cajoling information, but I'm pretty sure we don't need to cajole information.
It really depends.
I'm also
who's
good at that.
following who.
I'm pretty sure that he'd just tell pretty much anyone in the group.
Mm.
So yes, you arrive back at the inn. It is like supper time, so the place is fairly busy. But the tavern keep kind of he like goes out of his way to make seats for you, since you guys are like his best customers.
I think Helena on her own is probably his best customer.
To that
Yes.
point, Helena orders like 2 more platters.
I'm surprised they haven't made a throne for her yet.
That's because they don't have indoor plumbing.
So,
Dum-dum.
so the old tavern keep Delphion. Basically, as soon as he sees you come in, he motions for the people to start cooking, pretty much right away.
Yes.
Oh dear.
You guys do notice that the dwarves that have been here most of the times you've been here are not here currently.
Huh.
Well, they did say they're probably going to get moving with Vulcan.
True.
Yeah, I think.
Plus the funeral rites for the remains we brought back.
Hmm.
Delphin's like, oh yes, they said that they were going to go ahead to the mines to get things ready. Vulcan plans to head out in the morning. Him and Theo. Kind of miss having the grumpy old guy around, but good for him. I think he needs something that's more of a challenge. He's been getting ornery lately.
Well, why mine copper when you can mine mithril?
Yeah, and I think his heart wasn't really into, repairing hoes and plows and the like.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Probably.
But a joke when somebody uses plows and hoes in the same sentence.
Something like that.
Yeah, probably. I didn't realize.
Guys, the bard's at the table.
I've written an entire show on that joke.
What time of day is it, Chris?
It's getting on towards like 7 in the evening by the time you guys went out and back.
Oh, okay.
So yes, so food is brought, wine is brought, water is brought. What would you guys like to do in the evening?
I think we were going to try to do some research.
Yeah, probably go talk to Up.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd like to be prepared.
So you can make your way across to the Dragon Shrine. It's pretty much just on the other side of the palace, right over there. Aesop and the others are there, kind of cleaning, and as soon as you arrive, it's like, oh, friends, it's a pleasure.
Afternoon.
Well met.
Well, we have now that the horn has been returned, we've had some pilgrims by. Every once in a while, people like to come by to see the horn of the fabled dragon Bel Nitra. So we have been busy, but
Excellent. We had some question about the local wildlife.
oh, I'm fairly knowledgeable in many of those things.
Perfect. What do you know about basilisks?
Oh, basilisks. Oh, nasty, nasty creatures. They're it's a little bit weird. They seem to have some sort of effect. I don't believe it to be venomous. I believe to be more of a magical effect that can turn people's flesh to stone, and then they eat the stones. So some surmise that they have some sort of strong stomach or some sort of ability to turn it from stone back to flesh once they've ingested it. Not entirely sure. There are those some of the wise folks, the potion makers and like that say that they can use the contents of a basilisk's stomach to reverse the process, but I've never seen it done.
Huh. Interesting.
Good to know.
So in other words, it does seem to be a permanent effect.
Well, permanent until you get eaten.
Then you're permanently dead. I suspect your life force is cut off when you are now turned to stone.
I would like to think so. I mean, I can't imagine it. I think I'm going to sleep better at night thinking that if you're turned to stone, then your consciousness ceases, because the alternative is rather ghastly.
Quite horrifying, actually, especially every time you look at a statue.
Yes.
All right, enough with the ghost stories.
Oh, interesting thing. They're a little more than animals, but I've heard of some of the richer people down in Mitros will hatch them from eggs and then domesticate them.
What What a sick fuck. Like, really?
Well, if you were, he kind of looks and says, if you were a thief, for example, and you heard about a treasure, a worthy treasure, but the tales were that it was guarded by a basilisk, you would probably think twice about trying to steal it.
I don't know if I would think twice, but your average Joe might.
Needless to say, is there anything in the lore that talks about any specific vulnerabilities that they have or other defenses they might have?
Not really. I mean, they're fairly vicious little creatures. I mean, their jaws could like take a man's finger off quite easily. I mean, their jaws are strong enough to eat stones, so I'd probably avoid getting bit by one if I had the choice.
But they're not like immune or resistant to anything.
Not to my knowledge.
It's like if you were to light a nest on fire, it's not they're not gonna come running out.
Well, I mean, they would. They're animals. They rely on instinct more than any sort of cunning.
Okay.
Most animals will flee a fire.
Also, how is it the magical turn to stone effect? How is it wielded?
The legends say it's the gaze.
Okay.
So if you were to say blind them,
I imagine that would probably work.
Or if you're blind yourself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I suppose that might work too.
Lots and lots of mirrors.
Yeah, I don't have any, hands-on experience with these sorts of creatures. Just tidbits I picked up from, here and there.
Do you know anyone in town that might?
I mean, Vulcan's been around for a while. He might know, but it's not really his forte. I heard that Kyra's in town, the bard. She would probably know more of the myths and legends as opposed to actually practical knowledge. Yeah, I mean, there's a library in Mitros that probably has exactly what you're looking for if you want to journey that far south. The queen there is a grand purveyor of knowledge and insists that the library is kept up.
How far away is that?
Mitros might be better part of a week.
I don't know if we have that kind of time.
We don't. We do not have that kind of time.
I have another question. You are of a religious nature. When they make because they said they made relatively regular sacrifices to Sidon. When they make those sacrifices, how else is that performed? I know they tie it down on the rock there. What else happens? Have you seen any of the sacrifices?
No, that's a little bit too a little bit too much for me. Usually the sacrifices are livestock, I think the last one that the Worshippers of Sun demanded was a pure white bull. That cost the king a couple hundred gold, but he managed to secure one.
Sophia looks a little disturbed by that.
Helen is trying to stifle a laugh.
And the sacrifice is just chained down to the rock overnight, and in the morning they're gone, and Sidon has not yet leveled the city. So,
Is there anybody who, other than, of course, the Order of Sidon themselves, who has seen an actual sacrifice to Sidon take place?
not that I know of. It's not the most pleasant thing. So I don't know if anybody
There's
stays overnight
nobody
to
in
watch.
town that has a morbid curiosity about this kind of thing.
Not that I know of. I mean, I wouldn't hang around with those types of people. I mean, going down, like, sacrificing, like, some chickens or a cow or something to the gods is, that's one thing. But, a lot of people just prefer not to have that sort of thing, front and center in their vision. So, I tend to think that it's a thing that happens. But I like to think that it's not much different than a sacrifice to any of the five.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
She
looking
looks at
for,
Sophia. I've seen your religion. I'm gonna guess it's much, much, much worse than the sacrifice to the five.
What?
What you're praying looks like is much tamer than what Sidon's praying looks like, I would imagine.
I would think so, yes.
and just so the players are aware, sacrifices to the gods of livestock is very common.
Yeah, oh, it's Tuesday. Let's sacrifice the chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bad harvest, let's sacrifice a cow.
exactly.
Actually, as a siren, wouldn't I have some knowledge of sacrifices to Sidon?
You would, and it's in Sidon's case, it's whatever he demands, usually through his followers. The general sacrifice for something really, really big to Sidon is 100 oxen.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the more disturbing thing from most of your viewpoints is the anything that is sacrificed, like sacrifices of the gods. After the animal has been sacrificed, then the feast is shared amongst the community. Sacrifice of the Titans, that sharing does not happen.
Yeah.
So it's much more akin to just butchery as opposed to useful.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's about all I really know about Basilisk. I mean, I know a little bit about potion brewing, so, I assume you're asking because you're looking to hunt them for some reason.
Yes.
For some reason.
So if you do run into one and you manage to subdue it, I might be able to distill an ointment or a potion. Well, probably an ointment. I don't think a statue would be able to swallow, so it would have to be an ointment that could be rubbed onto the statue. But I could probably come up with something if you can, bring me back the basilisk's stomach.
That would be excellent.
Noted.
I would expect with an exotic creature like that, there'd be more worth than just the stomach.
Oh, quite possibly. That'd be something to talk with the Academy folks down. Again, down in Mitros. But I wouldn't have much use for any of the parts. None of the potions I know how to brew. Most of the ones I know how to brew are largely, medicinal plant based. But I could probably come up with something, if the worst were to happen during your hunting trip, for example.
Thank you.
That sounds great.
And as he's talking, you do see there's, even though it's getting on towards evening, there are a couple of people just kind of coming in and going out of the shrine with a sort of reverence for the dragon horn.
That's good to see.
Helena looks at it fondly. Best trip I ever had, man.
And is there anything else you wish to accomplish during the evening?
I think that's all we had. Unless you guys want to go talk to somebody else.
Can't really think of much at this point.
Nope. Crash back at the.
All right, so everybody makes their way back to the inn, to their either to their courtyard or their room or their roof, as you may want. Arathius, give me a survival check. Actually, and Sophia as well, since you're outdoors.
Oh, damn it.
I'll get rid of those rolls now.
Maybe it'll be balanced by a Sophia roll that's excellent.
Oh, you're hoping for a little much.
You never know. Stranger things have been known.
How long until the sacrifice is supposed to happen?
5 days.
Okay.
And I need Sophia to give me a survival roll.
Oh, sorry.
Hence why I was poking fun.
Nope.
All right.
Wow, thanks. Appreciate that.
Is
That's great.
isn't Agri also outside?
Nope.
No, oddly enough, the druid barbarian has a nice comfy room.
Yes.
Yes.
Prefers being outside.
So the night passes without incident, but in the morning, it is very overcast.
This isn't a good sign.
What, being very overcast?
Yeah, with the goddess storms looming down our throats.
So we can take a long rest, eh?
Yes, everybody can log rest, heal your hit points, get your spells back, all of that sort of stuff.
Yay.
I do like some of the effect stuff that Foundry has.
It is quite nice. I like the rain.
Yeah. Oh, and for Arathius, which weapon is your pact weapon currently? Because if you take improved pact weapon, it doesn't necessarily have to be your dagger.
Yes, and I was thinking about that and went, wait a minute, is there actually a weapon the Fates would normally be known for?
The Fates would like their weapon would be like the knife or the dagger for cutting the threads of fate.
Yeah, because it's typically aligned with. It doesn't say it in the quick write up, but in the detailed write up, it's generally aligned with who you've made a pact with.
Yeah. But it does give you options. So like, because normally with pact weapon it has to be a melee weapon.
Yeah.
But with improved pact weapon, it could actually be a short bow, a long bow, a light crossbow, or a heavy crossbow.
Just considering a longbow when I was taking it, just because the strand of fate and reaching out to cut it from afar.
Give me a second.
Perhaps scissors sound good, though.
But then I'll run. God knows, I would run with those scissors.
A sickle, maybe?
Oh, nice scythe.
There you go.
Scimitar.
It should be mutable like fate. It can be whatever it needs to be in the moment.
There you go.
Ooh, you could totally pick a whip.
And then I could whip it good.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding. The day looks damp.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, darling. It looks perfectly nice out.
Are we meeting back at the tavern for breakfast?
It makes sense.
I would think.
Perhaps too much sense.
Do we have
Yep.
I will
something we're going to be doing overnight?
Wow.
I will be going for breakfast. I don't know about the rest of you.
Apparently I'm hungry for ones.
Apparently.
Once again, just get them out now.
I didn't even roll that one. It was the GM rolling for me. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, it's not hard at all to get a longbow here in town and some arrows, so. Go.
Guess come back to the inn and Helen is sitting there in front of a huge plate of like eggs and breakfast meats and
Figs and olives and all of that fun stuff.
whatever I can get my hands on.
All right. So you guys can have breakfast.
Oh god, I had that nightmare where I woke up to her eating my leg.
It's just like that scene in the Suicide Squad with King Shark.
I'm just hungry. I'm not a zombie. I have a very high metabolism, okay?
I've been told I'm
Come on.
delicious.
And as you guys are having breakfast, you do notice that Vulcan and Theo are basically kind of closing up his shop all across the way, and getting ready to head out for the Mithril mines.
Listen, I like salted pork, not long pork.
I can be salty.
Not salty enough.
Considering the packs that he's made, he's probably rancid.
Ouch.
I'll have you know I'm very ripe because if once my time is expired, I'm done.
Oh my.
Alrighty, so you guys finish breakfast?
Mhm.
Yes.
Hey, B.
Yep.
Buffy insists on paying for what she orders.
The barkeeper's like, no, it's okay.
Actually, muted myself. Sorry about that. Just one quick thing. B, I'd forgotten. What is your Erathius's racial type?
You don't know.
No, it's Erathius is over time has been exposed as being a nymph.
Oh, okay, fair.
There's more than enough stuff that has happened and is out and about, aside from just his appearance and demeanor.
Cool, no problem. Still the last human. Yay.
You remember that on the day that we come to judge the rest.
Fair.
I mean,
La 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 la.
All right. So heading out once again. It's quite easy this time. It seems to me at least one of you, I think, has the Outlander background.
Yeah.
So you can easily find your way to any place where you've previously been. The mess of the harpies is really quite grotesque this time when you pass by, between all of the rain and the day or so of scavenging.
Mm.
It's like slightly disconcerting because they do look kind of humanish, in a kind of like, ugly, distorted way, and it's like, just keep on keeping on, sort of thing.
It's probably a good thing that Helena's not hungover this morning.
Probably.
That is probably a good thing, yes.
Probably, since at this point where they're mostly picked at, they probably look a lot like an outline of Helena.
There are some similarities between the harpies and the sirens, yes. But you guys do arrive back at the Basilisk Cave probably around noonish. I think if I turn the rain effects on, though, it's going to rain in the cave, and I don't want that. So, yeah.
Also, probably before we left, I would have tried to take my shield and give it a real nice shot.
Okay. Give me let's call it just a straight up. Let's call it a wisdom check.
Okay.
So yeah, you've got a pretty nice shine on that shield.
Excellent.
Not quite mirror-esque, but pretty damn close.
Yeah, I figured bringing a mirror is probably not a great thing because, let's face it, they get broken. And that's an awful lot of bad luck we don't need.
Do you want a light to reflect on the mirror?
Well, I think I might be the only one who can't actually see in the dark, so
Okay. I will cast light on something I am wearing.
Okay.
I also can't see in the dark either. Don't feel bad, human.
oh, great. I feel so much better now. I wish we both could see in the dark. That would be lovely.
Agri taps you on the shoulder and says that you have bear's endurance today.
Oh, nice.
When
Thank
he
you.
makes the comment about wishing he could see in the dark, Sophia leans over. Really depends on what you're seeing.
I suppose.
Hey, I'm right over here.
So yeah, Deacon, you get an extra 4 hit points temp. And you get advantage on con saves today. Or at least
Nice.
for an
How
hour.
long? How long does it last? Oh, an hour. Okay, good.
Hour.
And I will throw my Bardic Inspiration up, because I should probably start using those.
So yeah, the enhanced ability lasts for an hour. Bardic Inspiration lasts for 10 minutes.
Oh, well, I will wait then. So we are actually in some sort of combat.
Yeah, wait till lizard sighting.
Oh, as a side note, Sorry, go ahead.
Helena, when you were listening, did you kind of get an idea of how far in they might be?
Chris, did I get enough to get that?
Not terribly far in. Like they're not super loud creatures, and you could hear them quite clearly. So
Okay.
What
Yeah,
type of
they're
creature?
Sorry, go ahead.
What type of creature are they?
Basilisks are a monstrosity.
You're
Okay.
lizard.
Let's clear the den.
So for effect, Chris, I'm going to say it's my leather jacket that lights up.
Okay.
Great. She's attached LEDs to her jacket.
That I am.
So as you guys kind of move to the entrance of the cave and kind of like scrabble up a little bit and kind of carefully peek in, maybe using Deacon's shield as like a periscope sort of thing. You do see two of these six-legged lizard-like creatures in kind of the main chamber.
Aye, there's two of them straight ahead.
They do not seem to have noticed you guys.
Do you want me to get their attention?
Not so much attention, but I think we need some ranged weapons at this point in time to try to hit them and see if we can force them out into the light.
We can definitely do that.
I'm a big fan of not having to swing a sword if we don't have to.
Well,
I can yell at them.
I could start with Guiding Bolt. That should help the rest of you hit them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Eldritch Blast. I have my new shiny bow.
Like I said, light them up. There's no need to put anyone in danger if we don't have to.
Hey, Chris, I'd like to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
One that I can see, obviously.
Agri's gonna step back a bit since he doesn't have the range.
Only an 11.
Right. So Sophia brings out her holy symbol and kind of concentrates, and this flash of light goes forward, but unfortunately the basilisks seem to be just a little bit off from where you were aiming, and it goes wide.
But they were unawares. Isn't that flat-footed?
It gives advantage.
Plus, they have 6 feet to be flat on.
Which sadly didn't make a difference. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't help when I roll the same number on both dice.
But I am assuming that you guys are basically like kind of all at once, everything with range. So they will still be at advantage until everybody has done their range stuff, and then it'll be initiative.
Okay. I will just look at them and call them an ugly fuck then. And try it in their language. Make the appropriate insulting hisses and clicks.
Well, that one's not having any of that.
Nope.
Damn it, I must have mistook the word for ugly and attractive. They're very similar.
Well, if it wanders up and tries to hump your leg, we'll know what happened.
Any other ranged?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, the Eldritch Blast finds its mark as the Basilisk kind of like whips its head around, trying to figure out where things are attacked from. Kind of catches it in the like lower throat area, straight in the chest. Impacts very solidly.
His
But now folks can roll some initiative.
I have a ranged attack.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I figure this might be a great time to try out the Javelin of Lightning.
get a nice line between them.
All right.
Yeah, Because, I mean, the 5 feet swath, I should be able to at least get one with electrical damage and then hopefully get the other one with the hit and the electrical. Or so, yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
I mean, great. A favorite's a good thing, so we'll take that.
Oh,
Boom.
nice. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, so aiming for the fire one and then zotting the other one on the one.
What's the save? 13. All right, so
I think it's 13. I'll double check.
Yeah, it came up with the attack.
Yeah, DC 13.
all right, so yeah, so just after the Eldritch Blast hits, Deacon just grabs the javelin and fires it off, and it just streaks in there. There is a blinding flash of lightning in this dark cave, striking both of the basilisks, and they are definitely very badly singed.
Sophia looks over at him, clearly impressed.
More
Nicely
importantly, we
done.
probably got a real good look at what else is in there.
Yeah, there's like bits of statuary and the like around, but other than that, you just see the 2 basilisks.
Fair.
Alrighty, so now we will roll initiative. So I just need Deacon and Helena to roll.
Okay.
I don't know why that rolled twice.
I don't know why. For some reason, I have 2 deacons on the map.
Yeah, that's weird.
The double deacon.
Excellent.
I only one.
Go. Attacking clone.
You only need
Yeah.
one.
All right. Deacon is up first with a 21.
That's my joke here. It's like Magic the Gathering. It's like, oh, great. So, like, make a clone of yourself, and it's tap it for attacking when you attack. Yay.
Woohoo!
Alrighty. Well, I should probably. I'm thinking at this point, I'm going to go with hand axe.
Okay.
Get a nice long range in. Which one of them looks more hurt?
The one that actually both of them look about equally hurt because one took the Eldritch Blast and the other one took the brunt of the javelin. But at the start of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution save
With advantage.
with advantage.
With advantage.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, you're good.
You're welcome.
A for advantage.
I really should be invulnerable to that now, based on that roll.
So yeah, as the javelin like strikes into them, they do like look in your direction, and you feel momentarily your muscles start to seize up.
Oh crap, people! Don't let them look at you.
But then you shake it off.
I probably have the best constitution in the party.
All right, so Deacon, you are up.
Well, if I'm gonna end up having to roll all the time anyways, I might as well just get in there and slice and dice one. And then we'll hide behind the shield and we'll stab forward with a spear.
Okay. Ooh, that's a solid hit.
Wonderful.
So yeah, so kind of crouching low behind your shield, you bring that spear up like through its neck, and it twitches and blood spurts out heavily. It's not quite down yet, but it is badly, badly, badly injured.
I also make sure to orient myself so that my shield is between me and the other one.
Helena.
Okay, I'm going to give Deacon a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
He automatically he can't roll a 1. You automatically get a 2 due to my epic poem. And
Well, we can still get a 3 or 4.
yeah, but you can't get lower than a 2.
Yeah, and that's on the bardic inspiration die, not on the d20. So.
Right. And then I'm just gonna yell at it again. Call it a stupid fuck.
That might be enough to make this other one fall over.
Okay. So yeah, it does like bring its head up into Helena's direction, but other than that, you seem to be. Your guess would be that there is a range on its ability to petrify things.
Oh yeah, I don't need to look at it to call it stupid.
Arathius.
I'll Eldritch Blast the one in the back.
Okay.
Nice.
Right, so yeah, that one reels back a little bit from the blast as well.
And then I'll move slightly back.
Okay. That will bring us to Sophia.
One of them still looks injured.
One of them is really, really injured, and one of them is really injured.
Okay, the one that's really injured. Is that the one in the front or the one in the back? Okay. Just
It does have like an adamantine javelin kind of sticking out of it, where it turned back into the javelin after Deacon launched it.
gotcha.
Yeah, if you murder that one, I can get my javelin back.
That's part of why I went for it.
Cast and Toll the Dead.
All right. So wisdom save, I believe.
Oh, that's a nice spell.
Yes, it is. And if it's missing hit points, then it takes 1d12.
Got a 16. What is your spell save?
I have no idea. Where do I look for that?
If you just click this.
If you click the spell so it casts it, it'll bring it up too.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would say it in the description.
So 13. So yes, so it is. It is surprisingly resilient to your magic.
Sophia sighs with disgust and pulls out her bow. That's it for me.
Okay. Deacon, give me a perception check.
Yeah. Oblivious.
Alrighty. So the one in front of Deacon is going to try to bite him. Poorly. Very, very poorly.
Yeah.
That will bring us to Agri.
All right. Well, Agri really doesn't have anything that's super range from here, so I'm gonna have to go in.
Okay.
Come on in. Maybe you'll find the bonus basilisks.
That's part why I backed up in case they tried to come out the other hole.
Reminds me of an Aliens game. Bonus bug!
Alright, 1 sec here. Okay, so I'm gonna run up right next to Deacon and hope for the best.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da.
And you can give me both your attack and perception check.
Oh, I wish I had advantage. And perception. Hey, I might see what's coming at least.
Yay!
You see another one approaching from your southwest quarter.
As I attempt to strike in, and maybe that's what distracted me, I say, oh my gosh, there's
Yeah.
another one.
This one is going to come up and try to bite you. Ooh.
Ow.
So that is going to be 19, 21, 28 damage.
Exact
Oh.
to drop.
Poisoned, even. Ow.
So the creature just comes out and it takes like a big bite out of Agri.
Agri is now bleeding out on the
Horse.
floor.
Horse. Nom, nom, nom. Medic!
I'll get there in a minute.
That will bring us back around to Deacon.
Oh.
So I need you to make 2 Constitution saves. Actually, wait. You specified that you had your shield up.
Oh, yeah, we ain't looking at those things if we don't have to.
So the one directly in front of you kind of catches its reflection in your shield, and you can see it start to slow down its movements.
Yay. All right, well, in that case, I am going to stab at the one that didn't see his own reflection.
You do still need to make a Constitution save.
With advantage.
Advantage is gone.
Oh, I know. That hour-long advantage. This is a good thing.
No, that's gone because Agri fell
That's
unconscious.
gone. It's a concentration.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, you fell over. Ouch.
You do still have that bardic inspiration though, so you can throw an extra 2 at it.
13 is good.
Okay.
Excellent. Now, on to the smiting.
Okay. Right. 12 is not enough to get through its thick hide.
Hi, Bardic Inspiration. How are you?
There you go. So that will let you add a d6 to it.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's a 17. That is definitely enough. That was 11
Excellent.
damage. So yeah, that one starts bleeding profusely as well. Both of these are very, like, on their last legs. Helena.
So I am gonna move up. Specifically not looking at the basilisks and concentrating on Agri.
Okay.
I'm going to cure wounds. There you go. At least you're not making death saves. And I'm going to give another bardic inspiration to Deacon.
Yep, that's fine. He just used it, so perfect.
Sounds great.
That will bring us to Arathius.
Yay. I'll move in slightly and Eldritch Blast this one, the one furthest back of the two of those.
Okay, the one that's not turning to stone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bah.
12 bounces off, and these things do have fairly thick scales.
Yep.
Sophia.
Well, everything has gone badly so far. I'm just going to try to shoot one of them. Because evidently the spell casting is not going well today. I've got water on my fingers or something.
Are you shooting the one that's turning to stone or the not turning to stone?
I'll shoot the one that's, pardon me, turning to stone
Okay.
in the hopes of killing it.
Okay. So you will have advantage.
Wow.
Good thing you had advantage.
Holy cow.
Good thing that 1 point.
Holy cow. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I
Holy
don't know
cow.
why my dice think I'm playing Fallout right now. That's horrible.
Even Star Trek.
Or even Star Trek. I mean, but it's definitely my dice are not playing D&D today.
It seems like if it weren't for bad luck, you'd have no luck. So hey.
I'm pretty sure I just have no luck.
So one comes kind of scuttling up behind Sophia. Or not, sorry, behind Helena.
Okay.
And the one that was turning to stone finishes turning to stone.
Yay, stone.
Chris, does it have trouble seeing around the light on my jacket?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask.
But the fact that you're so close is what is allowing Deacon's shield to be reflective enough that they might catch their own attention.
Ah. Cool.
Waka
At
waka.
least I'm useful.
Agri, you're like, something bit you, searing pain seared through your body, and then the next thing you know, you're kind of like opening your eyes.
Staring up at Helena.
There's a really nice basilisk statue right beside you, and then there's the one that bit you right nearby as well.
Yeah, the one that bit me right nearby is pissed me off sufficiently that I'm going to activate my rage. Well, sorry, gonna stand up, activate rage, and then beat a basilisk.
Beat it good.
What D2 is a hit?
I would hope so. Ooh, excuse me.
It is barely clinging to life. Barely clinging to life.
Somebody sneeze on it.
And it is going to try to run away. So you can.
Opportunity?
Yep, opportunity attacks.
I'm
And
not
the other
melee
one.
range of that one.
So that one drops.
Yay!
Excellent.
Oh, now you can kill the one behind me.
That will take us around to Deacon again. Start of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution save. Hey, you're good.
I would hope so. Otherwise, I'd be worried for everybody. All right, then we're gonna again pivot around, keeping my shield in the way, and we're gonna slide over here. Boom. And we're gonna stab away with the spear. Wonderful.
So it hisses at you, kind of backs up a little bit. Saliva starts to drip from its mouth. Nasty, venomous, poisonous saliva.
And then I like stab at the face.
You do, yes. Helena
Don't you
is up.
hiss at me.
Cool. I'm going to. Can I back up 5 feet?
It will get to take a bite at you.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna close my eyes and insult it.
You do actually. Oh, it only has to hear you. Yes, awesome.
Yes. That's why I love that spell.
Ooh, severe fail.
Awesome.
So yeah, its head does whip in your direction, but because you specifically closed your eyes, it does not have any effect.
Awesome.
Arathius, start of your turn. I need you to make a Constitution save.
That's the reason I said uh-oh. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah. So you feel your body start to stiffen up. You're not petrified yet, but you are restrained.
Well, I'll try and Eldritch Blast it before I'm no longer able to do anything.
Okay. Even at disadvantage, that is still a hit.
Woo!
So yes, the fates guide your aim to this creature that is trying to remove you from the equation, and the bolt strikes true, knocking it back a little bit even.
I wonder if they die, does the effect stop?
No.
Right.
Constitution.
Sophia. Sophia, start your turn. I need you to make a con save.
Oh no. Everything else has gone oh so well. I'm not even surprised. Not even a little. Just not surprised whatsoever.
So you start to feel your body stiffen up as well.
Oh no.
Isn't that like it's in like some of the videos? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no.
Do you have the dice change module activated on Foundry?
Dice so nice.
No, I don't.
Damn it. Okay.
Maybe if you pour some salt on the computer.
See, my normal thing is to switch the dice, even online. I will switch what my dice look like, and I can't. So I'm screwed.
That's funny.
These dice are cursed.
Yeah, all these things would have like a dice timeout locker or something.
Yeah, we need dice jail.
Digital dice jail.
Yeah.
I'll see if there's a dice jail mod just so you guys can feel better.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Do I still get an action, or am I
Yes, you can't.
up to the point where I don't?
You can't move, and your actions are at disadvantage.
Oh God!
But you can still act at least.
How if I can't move?
You can cast spells still.
Oh, what do I have that's verbal only?
No, you can still like move your arms. It's just everything is starting to stiffen up.
So you can't fit. So you can't like move 5 feet.
Yeah, that's why you're going to have a disadvantage, but you can still do the thing.
Everything I can do from here. I'm going to try Guiding Bolt again.
Okay.
Could I tell which one of them looked at me? That one? Excellent. That's who I'll aim for.
Yeah, the fresh one, because the other one's turned to stone and the other one's dead.
I mean, it's not going to do me any good, I'm sure.
That's why it was a crap, because you get too close.
Given my rolls so far, but at least it'll maybe, hopefully.
No, an 11 just you can't get your arm up in the right position to aim.
No.
That's a shame. That was some nice damage.
Yeah.
All right, so this one, it is going to try to bite Deacon. Wait. So, so it is going to try to bite Deacon, but again, it manages to catch itself in your shield.
Yay.
So it's going to be a 10 because of disadvantage. So yeah, it tries, but it can't even quite completely close its jaws. It's like you can see it stiffening up.
Thank the god. At least there's one dead carcass for us to take back.
That will bring us to Agri, who needs to give me a con check at the start of his turn. Con saving throw, sorry.
Ouch.
I have a kind of a bad feeling about this.
So yes, you can feel yourself starting to stiffen as well, and you can't move.
Yeah, Agri survival instincts kicking in. I'm casting enhance ability on myself.
Okay.
And dropping my rage.
Okay. Going for Bear's Endurance?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so just like out of sheer panic, you can feel this adrenaline flood through you.
And here's the other guy.
All right, Deacon, start of your turn. I need you to make the con save.
No.
Okay, you're still good.
I hope so. How bad does this one look in front of me that he's turned into?
It pretty bad off. It is. It is definitely bleeding profusely, but it's going to take you a couple of stabs to finish it off, probably.
Well, in that case, I guess it's time to attack twice.
Yeah. You do notice that it is starting to, like it caught its own glaze. It is starting to petrify. You just don't know whether it's going to be enough or not.
Hence, we should stab it twice.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
19. Okay. So yeah, you bring your spear down through the top of its head and kind of like out the bottom of its jaw. And when you pull it back, it's still standing, but it is barely holding on. Your previous
No.
experience with the other one indicates when they get really badly injured like this, they are animals and may try to flee.
Time to sneeze on it.
Yeah, I will follow up with a second spear attack.
Okay. That one, actually, you have advantage because of the fact that it is restrained, so that is a hit.
Okay. I had wondered. Is it dead?
Yes,
Wonderful.
very much dead.
Now, sadly, we're going to see. That at least gives us 2 carcasses to work with.
Helena, you are up.
I don't think I have anything spell-wise that can stop the.
There's another one that you guys don't see yet, and we don't see it yet. Just judging by the mapping he was doing.
Well, we also know that there's at least 5 of them. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellen,
Um.
can you retrieve my javelin for me quickly?
Sure. I will move to get the javelin,
Okay.
and is that my full action?
Nope. You can interact with something easily.
Okay.
You do see both Arathius and Sophia starting to turn to stone.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do anything about that though.
They have
Not like you can Bardic Inspire us to have us a bonus on our save.
Now, well, he's still got a bardic inspiration up.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Yes, you can. Yep. The same
Can I?
the same person can't have more than one, but you can toss them out until they're gone.
Okay. I will throw one at. I will throw it at Sophia because she can carry Arathius home. And then that's the end of my bardic inspirations.
Okay. That will bring us to Arathius. So the end of Arathius' turn, I need you to make a con save.
Nope.
Good Lord.
Very glad I could roll higher than a 4 between my 2 con saves, even looking at the advantage roll I didn't have.
Yeah. Yeah, the dice for some reason seem to hate Arathius. Like it's been constant.
Yeah.
Right. That will bring us to Sophia. At the end of your turn, I need you to make a con save. Oh, Anita is AFK.
I hope she rolls well enough that the Bardic Inspiration either isn't needed or is more than enough.
That's something, yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have changed my rolls at all.
No. But
No, no.
Sophia doesn't need it. Woohoo!
She can save that for an attack roll.
Yes.
I rolled for you there, Anita. I didn't know how long you'd be, but you succeeded on your con save and are no longer restrained and turning to stone. That will bring us to Agri. Yeah, con save, you're at advantage though. Alrighty. You are no longer restrained and turning to stone.
Oh, thank the gods I did not want to have to drag a stone centaur back to town.
No, no.
This one is going to try to bite Sophia. 18 damage.
Oh. Yikes.
Ouch.
I
What the heck is that one doing outdoors?
18.
that will bring us around to Deacon. And start of your turn, I need you to make a con save. Okay.
At
You are
least the
fine.
dice seem to like me making con saves.
That is true.
Okie dokie. So that's taking a nice bite out of Sophia.
I'd lend you
Alright.
some of my HP, but it doesn't work that way.
Hmm.
It's not like I need it for a while.
Well, all right then. Keeping an eye on. Oh, just one sec. Okay. Next dawn for free charge. So I will keep my shield between me and it, and I will wander up and smite it with my spear. Smite thee. Stab.
Right. Good solid hit. Draws its attention.
I suspect as much.
That will bring us to Helena.
Hide behind my shield.
Can I throw Deacon's javelin at the one in front of him?
You can. It's like its lightning ability is only once per day, but you can definitely throw a javelin.
Okay.
It would
That's all
be
dead. I'm gonna move so I've got a better line of sight. And it's dexterity or strength?
it is actually strength based.
Strength based? Yuck. That's
Yeah, all my weaponry is strength based.
mod. Okay.
Yeah, you do throw the javelin. Like
It
I will
just
make a note.
probably not hit its target.
I'll,
I
I'll
will
say,
make a mental note of where it lands.
yeah, I'll say it's probably behind you with an 8. She was like wasn't sure she didn't want to hit you, so it ends up a little bit short, kind of behind you.
Ricochets off Arathius.
Arathius, on your turn, at the start of your turn, you hear this voice in your head that says, "This is not how this is supposed to go for you."
Nope.
And you are no longer turned to stone.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's going to come with a price.
But that did happen at the start of your turn, so you're up.
Guess I'm gonna probably Eldritch Blast Jimmy there.
Okay.
Oh, damn it. It's not one thing, it's another.
Yeah, the sudden shock of like being suddenly not stone and that voice, and realizing that yes, there is probably a price that will need to be paid, throws you just slightly. But it is enough for you to go like, "Oh, I am out of here," and back in the hell up.
Exactly. It's like, Zert, out of here.
Sophia, you are up. I do need you to make a con save at the start of your turn.
I am barely up. Oh dear. I wish I could say I was surprised.
I would say you have a bardic inspiration, but I don't think it'll help.
No, because I got a 6. Yeah, I would
I'm a-
love to say I'm surprised, but this is just how this week of gaming has gone.
but the plus side is if you're turning to stone, that will probably seal some of your bleeding wounds.
That
Great.
will
That's
take us
great.
to Agri.
Am I making a con save? Or am I too far?
You're too far.
Excellent. All right, just one sec.
It would have been rude to hide on your back, so I just hid behind you.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna close the distance and try and find a spot to go through to get in melee range.
Okay. What's your move? 40?
40 exact.
You can get to like flanking with Deacon. It's kind of like running around Sophia there.
I'll take it.
Nice.
The dice just don't like any of us tonight.
No, they do not. They really do not. But you do manage to run around and get into position.
Gee, does that mean when I attack again, I can have flank?
Yes. This Basilisk is already... it is going to turn its attention towards Deacon, since Deacon is the one that stabbed it. But a 6 is not going to hit Jack.
No.
Or Deacon.
Jack's not here, so it's okay.
That will bring us along to Deacon. So I do need you to make a con save at the start of your turn. You do have Bardic Inspiration if you would like.
I'm assuming 10 is not enough.
10 is not enough.
Inspiring it is.
Three is just enough.
Thank the gods. The bardic gods.
So you feel yourself
You're
starting to stiffen up there, and then you realize, like, nope, Sophia would, or Helena would, this would make a fitting stanza for her thing, but not today.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you're up for your actions.
All right. I will stab at the basilisk.
You do have advantage for flanking.
Wonderful. Funny how that works.
Yep, 10 is a good song. This one is starting to look worn down now.
Excellent.
Helena.
I'm gonna move up
Okay.
to get close enough to touch Sophia.
Okay.
I'm
I-
gonna close my eyes,
Oh.
and I'm gonna.
Start of your turn, I need you to make a con save.
Okay. I will still make that Constitution save then, and hopefully not suck.
Oh, 15 is enough.
Yay for not sucking.
Glad somebody's dice remember how to roll. Double digits.
And I will cure wounds on Sophia.
Okay.
There. Feels slightly better.
Arathius, safely out of the danger zone, still contemplating what exactly that brush with fate will mean.
Yeah, gonna try and get the one picking on Sophia and everyone.
Okay.
That's a little better.
So yeah, so the bonds of fate wrap around this thing and start to like pull at it and tear at it. It is definitely injured at this point.
Amazing what happens when the dice roll a 10 or higher.
Yeah. It's to make up for some of those amazing rolls that you've made in Forbidden Lands.
It has to be. Oh my god.
All right, Sophia, start of your turn. I need you to make a con save.
I'm here to cheer you on this time.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
And apparently that worked. Maybe.
You just needed a little moral support.
All right. So once again, you shake off this this petrification.
Some good more ale support.
Exactly. Here, take a stiff drink. You'll be fine.
All right. That will bring us to Agri, who needs to make a con save. Because you have advantage from your spell, you are good.
Yeah.
So all I got to do was the con save?
Yeah, because it's at the end of your round.
Okay.
You should have advantage on that too.
Yep. That is definitely a hit. Basilisk. It is going to try to flee. It is badly injured at this point. So Agri, Sophia, and Deacon all get attacks of opportunity.
Am I too far away?
You are.
Okay.
I actually
Hit it with your hammer.
it's not quite close enough for that.
It's like right in front of you because the attack of opportunity happens when it's leaving.
Okay. 10.
But you have an inspiration you can use.
Yes, you do.
What do I do for inspiration?
Just roll a d6. You can't get lower than a 2.
Slash R 1d6.
Oh,
There you
16.
go.
Oh yeah.
And as it tries to flee, the three of you just fall upon it.
You're like, nope, not today, boys.
Not today.
This is gonna make an epic verse.
It is, considering we have to continue.
Oh
on.
boy.
What?
I was just like, that's 4.
We
Yeah.
know we saw at least 5. I expect a few more.
Do we want to go further into the cave?
Well, we've barely scratched the surface of the cave system, so we pretty much don't have much of a choice.
Agri and Sophia should heal up a little bit before we continue.
So take
Absolutely.
a short rest here.
I would definitely appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I absolutely think we'll make a little, makeshift camp in front of the open mouth, keep an eye out, and then take a little,
Make
little short
some-
rest.
Can make some cookies.
All right. So yeah, so you guys sit down, have a little rest.
I will
Nope.
sing a song.
Get out the CBD brownies.
Yeah. I've always got the good stuff, guys.
Arathius gets out the wine, pours himself a little bit, and then just leaves the open bottle beside him. Not as in
Are you going to share?
not as in a free for all, but more like it's meant for someone else who's not physically present.
Oh.
Food.
Alrighty. So yes, so Sophia cooks up a little lunch. Everybody who wants to spend hit dice during this time also gets a D6 from the Song of Rest and a D8 from the cooking.
Yes. I was looking for my actual, like, Song of Rest description, and I cannot find it for some odd reason. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, it's a D6 for anybody who spends a hit dice.
Sorry, what do you mean by spending a hit dice?
There it is.
So during the short rest, you can spend your hit dice to heal, and if you choose to do so, you would also get 5 more from the Song of Rest, and you can roll a D8 for your cooking.
Oh, that's nice. My action surge refreshes after a short rest.
Yep, a lot of the fighter stuff does.
So that's 13,
Yep,
Good to see.
13.
and then
I'll just take the short rest from because I don't need any hit points.
so 15.
And you can spend
That's-
as many hit dice as you like. But
Nope, I'm good. Sophia stretches, flexes, stretches some more. That was highly unpleasant.
Yes, it was.
Oh, well, certainly not going to allow my sister to go through that. That was.
I'm glad we can kill them now and not on a rock when they can jump into the water.
Yes.
In the night.
Yes.
Precisely.
We're not done yet.
No, we're not.
I'm also somewhat disturbed that one came from the outside, perhaps as there are 2 entrances to this.
That looks like there's another hole.
It connects.
Yeah.
All right, is everyone ready? Steeled up?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
Fine.
agree, says one moment, and he shifts up into Direwolf.
Excellent.
Hello.
Chris, can I roll a survival to preserve one of those bodies before, so it's not taken by predators while we're gone?
sure.
Though I don't think these things have any predators.
But if it's already dead, I don't want to take it by carry-on.
That's
Scavengers will do what scavengers.
nice.
My thing just died. Just give me a second, guys. My browser just shit the bed.
So you did get a 15 on the survival, so.
Awesome.
Chris, how do I flip my character over to the Dire again?
I did it for you. You should be good.
Cool.
So you guys are making your way into the cave?
Yep.
Yep.
Are we going to light a torch first?
They still have their glow lights, I think.
They would end at the end of the rest because light only lasts for an hour.
Well, they can recast it. It's an easy spell.
Yeah, it's a cantrip, so. But yeah, between some torches and a light spell, you guys can make your way. And you look through the. As you look through the cave, you do find another basilisk statue. Aside from the one, like there's one
that we saw happen.
The one that you saw happen, there is another one. And as you kind of look around between the dire wolf's senses and Sophia's nose, and you don't find any other. You don't find any other living basilisks. You do find 3 basilisk eggs.
Oh,
Omelets.
ew.
I was
Well,
thinking take them back to the potion maker.
Well, yes, and if they've got a way, obviously, that there may be a rich patron out there who would like to buy the eggs and raise them as domesticated pets, as we were lovingly told.
God, that's so fucked up.
It is, but however, we could use this to fund our adventuring.
I mean, I'm all for the cash, but come on, people.
Well, there is that. Anyways, we'll scavenge what we can out of the bodies that we have. I would highly suggest that
Grab the
maybe
stomachs.
Yeah, grab the stomachs, and then like Sophia might want to take her hammer and kind of get rid of the other two statues.
I was able to preserve the stomachs or like preserve the body and keep it away from carrion before we left, so it's still there.
I'll have
Well, we didn't go far along.
No.
Go, Sophia. Be happy.
So Sophia can smash the basilisk statues easily. Helena does manage to basically get the stomachs and the like that whole kind of tract out of the two of the creatures.
Excellent.
So that Aesop would have something to work with.
Feature. Probably have another good look over the cave though to see if they've dragged in any scavenged item.
All right. Both Arathius and Agri, as you're searching, that basically looks like it's kind of goes down into a small underground river. Agri, you can give me a survival check. I don't think Arathius is trained to... Oh, you might be. You're an Outworlder or Outlander, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of putting two and two together where you guys are in the mountains, the distance you are from the river, you would guess that this probably empties out into the river that runs by Astoria. And is probably part of how the basilisks get to that area fairly quickly because they are amphibious.
Makes very unpleasant sense.
I have enough swimming ability. I could check the tunnel or try to block it off somehow.
Well, if they're already dealt with, we don't need to worry about the connecting tunnel.
True. Just in case we miss some. Or in case something else uses the tunnel. Hey, I'm back in.
I don't think I'm terribly comfortable with the idea of you swimming down there alone.
Hey Chris, as this big old dire wolf, is it possible for me to like kick the rocks and block the entrance?
You guys could, if you took some time, you wouldn't seal it off completely, but you could basically make it very difficult to access.
Hey, let's add shattered basilisk stones to the pile.
You do have some fairly sturdy, like the basilisks are almost the size you guys are. Like they're a medium-sized creature, so.
Okay. With Agri's assistance, then I will begin blocking the tunnel. With Siren, I can hold my breath for like 3 hours and have swim speed, so. She kind of like shrugs off her leather jacket and jumps in, takes her weapons off.
It is super brisk.
Yeah, that doesn't bother her.
It is a cold mountain stream. And the current is fairly strong. You're not sure how far it goes. You do know that you guys are about a half day from the river. So you're like, I can hold my breath for a while, but probably not long enough.
Not to make it through the full tunnel, no.
No. But yes, between everybody kind of working together with the pieces of the basilisks and various other stones and rocks and everything that you find here, you can do a pretty good job of blocking this off. Certainly enough to make it very difficult for anything that doesn't have opposable thumbs.
Awesome.
It takes Arathius a few tries before he actually is able to contribute. He just can't seem to get a good grip, it seems.
But yes, so... So, as you look around, you don't see anything. Don't see anything right off that looks like it might be of value, but make an investigation check.
Everybody?
Deacon was specifically looking around for anything that might be valuable, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So investigation, not perception.
Yeah, perception is just kind of like what you may notice. Investigation is actually looking for things.
Okay. Oblivion.
You do like scattered here and there. You do find like a handful of drachma, probably about like 15 or so altogether. But you do realize that whatever mystical ability the basilisks have, like when Arathius turned to stone, his clothing and his weapons turned as well. So the basilisks probably just ate whatever their lunch happened to have.
That would make sense.
So what's left around is probably just falling out of people's pockets.
Yeah. It's like finding change in your couch.
Yeah. Well, that was a lovely swim, but I'm done now.
So I guess it sounds like it's time to start heading back.
Yep.
We will still obviously go on guard duty the night of the sacrifice, but hopefully between this and the harpies, that should take care of the worst of it.
I expect there'll be someone else making an appearance, but yeah, that is what normally, those are what normally claim the sacrifices.
Oh yeah, there will be some other asshole to fight, but you know.
Probably. Sidon may send one of his sea creatures. I mean, it is a river.
Agri shift.
He just wants to get that crack in.
Ha 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 ha.
Squid jokes.
That was terrible.
So did any of them not turn the stone?
There was I think 3 of them that you actually killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was able to get the stomachs out of them.
Do we want to take a full carcass back on
Yeah.
horseback?
May as well see what he told us. The stomach he could probably use for sure, but we may as well see what else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Take one back, I guess, on horseback.
Are we taking the eggs too? Or
Yeah,
did we
those were already grabbed.
stash
Oh
them?
yes,
Okay.
we're taking the eggs for sure.
Okay. Worst case scenario, I imagine basilisk omelet would taste very tasty.
No, very gritty.
Oh. Considering they've already probably been fertilized, I doubt that.
Ew. Ugh. No.
Fried lizard tastes just like chicken.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know what chicken tastes like either.
So you guys are heading back to Astoria?
Yep.
Aye.
Yeah, seems like the best idea right now. Ah, still raining.
We'll turn off the rain.
Okay.
So it is dark by the time you get back to Astoria. You can see the centaur campfires are still lit. There are like the city lights and everything. But nothing untoward seems to be happening.
Well, we can't just bring the basilisk stomachs directly to the inn. We probably should go bring those to Ass up first.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
So yeah, he's like in the process of getting ready for bed. Oh, you've returned.
With presents.
Oh, good God, what is that?
A basilisk. And stomachs.
Never.
We've got some eggs too.
I've never actually seen one.
Don't look
They
into
don't
your
have pictures
eyes.
in your books? Oh no, dear, I gouged those out.
It's not much worse than I imagined.
Yeah, they are ugly
Yeah.
little suckers, aren't they?
Nothing natural has 6 legs.
Agri looks down at his 4.
Unless it's an insect.
I don't like insects either.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I can in the morning. I can see what I can do with this. He
Absolutely.
Okay.
he looks at the actual corpse that you brought back. He's like, I don't know what to do with that. I mean, think it's edible?
No, it's lizard, probably.
I mean, looking at Agri and Sophia's wounds from their bites, it has poison in its system too.
Oh,
Sophia's standing at the back, just shaking her head with a little frown, like, no, that is definitely not edible.
Oh, anything's edible if you try hard enough.
Okay, there, bot.
I think that's their motto.
Give it to
not
Helena;
ours.
she'll eat anything.
Just about, yeah.
We'll just call her Mikey from now on.
Nasty, nasty stuff.
Helena likes it. She really likes it.
I suspect she'd like anything.
Depends on how nice you are.
They're not nice at all. Not even a little. They were terrible.
I wasn't talking about the basilisks, dear.
So is she.
So yes, we'll be by in the morning.
okay. I will try to get some sleep. We can like
We can ensure that they're dead.
that is
I made sure it's dead. I cut its stomach out.
that is good. I'm glad. I'm gonna go get some
There's
sleep.
no rush, but you could cobble something together before the sacrifice. It would be nice, just in case.
Oh, I'm sure that's like 3 or 4 days away. That should give me plenty of time to do some experimentation.
Just in case, if there happens to be more that will show up on the sacrifice night.
Or, something else that petrifies things because we're 2 for 2 now.
I thought we were 3 for 3.
Well, we had them at the mines, and then here. Where else?
Oh, never mind. I'm getting the devil dogs and the cockatrice confused. I thought they were. Never mind.
Yeah, the devil dogs didn't petrify. They just tried to eat Sophia alive.
Aesop is just shaking his head as he walks back to his bedroom.
The death dogs were unpleasant, but they weren't turn Arathius into stone unpleasant.
No, that was just the cockatrice.
And the basilisk.
And the basilisks.
So if we run into something else, we expect Arathius to turn to stone then?
Well, maybe if you get stoned more, you'll stop turning into stone as much.
That's not usually actually a problem. I generally have a really good time of things.
There you go.
Agri turns into a cat and starts going back to the inn.
Okay.
I follow the cat.
Bad hiss towards.
Of note, Arathius does get a room tonight.
Okay.
Oh.
Sophia does not. But she is going to go back to the temple.
Okay.
I get some dinner before I sleep it off.
When you guys get into the tavern, into the taverna, it seems like there's like a little like a local bard performing. Nobody of any great note. But you're like, oh, that's kind of a nice little tune. And then you realize that they're describing events that you guys have done. They're talking
Here's
man.
a little ditty about Deacon and Sophia.
Brave Sir Robin.
But yeah, they are
adventurers doing the best that they can.
But yeah, the song seems to be about these heroes from the Heartland that rose up in times of trouble and slew a mighty boar and rescued a Venter's daughter and reopened these legendary mines. Like literally, like shit you guys have done is already kind of making its way into like the local folk tales and songs.
Agri
I go up. To the stage?
I don't know about you, but I'd really like to meet these heroes someday.
Sup, buddy?
Strange to anyone else.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab a pitcher of wine and head to my room. Thanks.
I'm going to order supper, vegetarian as usual. Just kind of watch whatever Helen is about to do to this poor bird.
The bard is like, sorry, open stage. We didn't.
No, man, you're singing my song.
Literally.
I
Oh.
grab a bottle of wine and a glass of ice cold water and something to eat and sit down with Sophia to watch the fun.
We didn't know that who had written it. We heard it in our travels.
I mean, it's great to know that I'm famous.
It's probably
Really,
what
it
it
is.
is.
Plagiarism!
She-
Plagiarism!
She adjusts her wings.
Is it great?
In like a gesture that her party kind of like knows means agitation at this point.
Oh.
So, where'd you hear the song?
Well, we came from the east, and we first heard it when we stopped at the Sour Vintage.
Okay.
And then a couple of other people here and there as we traveled, and different variations on it. We just kind of took some of the different things and put them into one.
Again, it's good to know I'm famous. Just make sure y'all are quoting the artist, that's all. And she kind of gives them a very like, I'll even roll an intimidation for it.
Okay. Oh.
She gives them a look. With the wings and the leather and she gives them a look.
Oh, that's a shitting pants roll, I think.
So the birds are very taken aback, and they will start to play some more traditional songs. Nothing new, nothing current,
Nothing hip and happening.
nothing hip and happening.
It's fine. It's fine. I go sit
Well-
back down and have my platter and
If they play old enough stuff, I mean, they can just claim to be like a hipster bird.
They're a cover band.
remind them playing my stuff. You just gotta like quote the artist, man.
I mean, was it your lyrics or was it just about us?
I think
Those are
she's just preserving the story for her to tell herself.
Oh, that's true.
Exactly. It's my story.
Granted, you'll know more details than anybody else.
This is true.
So over the next 4 days or so until the sacrifices, anybody doing anything specific in town or just being out and about?
I'm going to start sleeping at the temple.
Okay.
And going over to visit the palace every morning and every evening.
Yeah, during your visit, Pythor is staying on the straight and narrow. You do run into Kyra a couple times. He seems to be staying at the temple or at the palace as well. And
Hey, folks, do you think there's any use in going back across the river and beating the bushes to see if there's more things?
Why not?
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, we might not find much, but it never hurts.
Better safe than sorry.
I think so. I think that we should, visit back to the Basilisk lair again to see if there's more, or we should have a look around and see if we can find tracks or signs or anything, just in case, because we don't know what's going to come for the sacrifice now. So it may be another horde of basilisks. It may be a bunch of centaurs. It could be something that he drags up from the depths.
Do you want me to take a swim around the rock in the day?
If you feel inclined.
So around the afternoon, I'll take a swim in the waters around the rock to see what's there, if I can spot any nests or lairs or other tunnel openings. Or do you want an investigation or do you want a perception?
That would be investigation.
Okay.
You don't find anything. There are broken pieces of statuary here. A surprising number of like petrified cow legs.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
But nothing else. Nothing other than what you expected to find.
Nobody really wants to eat the hooves, anyways, right?
No.
A couple of sorties out and back to the Basilisk Cave. There's no sign of them. It looks like the Basilisks, while there was a group of them, they seem to be like a. They're not a large communal type of animal. They're kind of like a more like a smaller family unit type of thing.
Okay.
So yeah, nothing draws your attention over the couple of sorties. Like the skies are clear of harpies. The trail in the cave is free of basilisks.
Well, if he's gonna raise anything from the depths, guys, there's nothing specific I can find in there.
He'll just raise the waters and send it down the stream.
Well,
I agree with.
If we get lucky, there won't be anything, but I don't expect us to get lucky.
What was Agri doing?
Agri's gonna actually patrol towards the centaur camp as a cat, and basically just make sure that they're not moving any further in.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Yep.
Ooh, cats are really wanted, though. You should probably have bonuses.
Yeah, it's a +3 on my perception for a cat.
Sweet.
There you go.
So yeah, you do make your way, and there, like I said, there's a sizable number of there. You do pick up that they're definitely waiting for a sign. They're not intent on taking the city right now. They're definitely waiting for like the go ahead, as it were. Which seems to indicate if the sacrifice doesn't go through, if a Nora is not chained to the rock at the designated hour, then that will be the sign. At which point the forces of Lord Sidon will descend upon Astoria and raze it to the ground. It seems like the centaurs are receiving their orders from basically couriered, like messengered, from someone in the city of on my world map. Mitros, which is to the south of you guys.
It's always Mitros.
Mitros is the largest city in the known world. So somebody down there is apparently the one that is issuing the commands to the centaurs.
Erathius spends a few days quiet and when in town off doing stuff. I sent Chris a Discord.
I will check my Discord then.
After I check out the waters, I will check out some of the like seedier parts of town, just see what's going on, see if there's any other like info I can gather or
Birds singing your
anything.
song.
Who else is singing my song?
Go after Kyra next. I want to see that showdown.
Not yet. I'm not ready for that yet.
She's just another bard.
The goddess who's not a goddess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not
That's right.
stupid. I know a goddess when I see one. I have been burned by enough celestial beings to know when I'm looking at one.
I, on the other hand, would be interested in going to see if a certain forge has produced a chainmail item for me.
Yes, you can definitely make that journey. It's like 2 days there, 2 days back, sort of thing.
Yep.
Is anybody going with Deacon when he does this, or?
I'm not.
Not if it's a couple days there and back because we have the sacrifice.
No.
Right. We can make it there and back in time.
It would be just in time, yes.
Bother.
I don't want to run the risk of being cruel fate tripping up our timing.
Well, I do believe there was enough mithril to not just make my chainmail, but to make other items for other folk.
Oh, there certainly was. I'm just concerned about potential debts coming due.
Ah,
Yeah, I'd rather get this sacrifice thing out of the way first.
the issues of the fates. Gotcha. Well, not willing to travel it alone, so I'll just stay in town, keep quiet, sharpen my weapons, and be ready.
Because then we can definitely like head there and then make our way to Mitros from there afterwards.
Well, yes, and I believe the necropolis would be on the way for that too.
Indeed.
Yes.
The necropolis is very much on the way to meet us from Astoria. All right. So during this time, Sophia, Pythor is like on the top of his game. He seems focused. He seems like he seems like he's kind of dedicated himself to, doing what needs to be done. Helena, you realize parts of what you pick up as you're kind of making your way through the city is there seems to be some concern because the great games are coming up to Mitros, but a lot of the people that would bet on such things aren't sure if the games are going to be happening or not, given the fact that there is a large storm that has settled over the city and has been there for the better part of a week.
Over Mitros or over Astoria?
Over Mitros.
It's like Mitros is also a very symbolic city, but it's the city itself, not just the god sitting in the throne.
Maybe that's a sign that Sidon's, is elsewhere.
What
He's
do I know
pissy
about
enough for two
Mitros?
cities.
Mitros, it's the largest city in the known world. It is it's not the capital per se, because everything is an independent city state.
Who presides over it?
Who presides over Mitros? That is a very good question.
It's me, Austin.
Mitros would be like the Athens of the Greek time, I would think.
Correct. So yes, so the city is overseen by a king and queen. The king's name is Acastus,
Okay.
and the queen's name is Valus.
Do either of them have any connections to Sidon?
Valus is openly known to be the goddess of knowledge and wisdom.
Yeah.
Oh.
AKA one of the public
One of the
enemies.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
On
and what about her
Sidon's hit
husband?
list.
Acastus, he's charming, somewhat arrogant. He is human.
So she married down, basically.
He's the god's boy toy.
Perhaps. But give me a history check.
Sure.
She married to preserve her mother's throne.
The 13, you would know. King Acastus. So Acastus's last name is Archelander. He's the king.
I know that name.
You do know that name. He's the last living descendant of Estor Archelander, the leader of the Dragonlords.
That's why she married him.
And he's been king of Mitros for almost 20 years. He is, without a doubt, the most powerful political figure in the lands.
Is it a happy marriage or is it very much a political one?
You're not entirely sure. There are stories and tales you've heard that go both ways. He is known to be basically, as the most powerful political figure in the lands. He has the ego to go with it.
Of course he does. So he's an asshole, like every other king I've met so far.
Yeah.
Okay, I relay this back to my party. So guys, word on the street is blah.
So yeah,
Oh, blah, interesting.
yeah, there's a great deal of concern amongst the bookies and the odds makers and people of that ilk that the great games won't happen because of this storm.
Oh, the games will happen. What's a
So-
little rain and wind?
Why is the storm threateningly over Mitros instead of Astoria if he's
Because it's
trying to
neutralizing another god.
maybe. But shouldn't he be mad at Pythor right now?
It's about taking out all of the 5, not just one.
They may possibly have their own challenges down Ametros as well.
So he's just assuming that the death of his daughter will be enough to fuck up Pythor?
Well, that and the army at the doorstep that he can't fight. Meanwhile,
Given
Mitros is on the sea, so a large storm would also prevent them from trading and fishing.
Given
So-
how drunk he was until just
Recently.
Yeah. It was quite
Um,
effective until recently.
Maybe we should take out that army as well.
You're funny.
the centaurs.
We're gonna take them out to dinner? I don't
Well,
have
didn't
that. I
somebody
don't have that many carrots.
Didn't somebody say something about one-on-one combat?
Yes, there was a potential to challenge the strongest, but the only one that
Yeah.
can do that is the only one that can do that though is Agri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how many days before we put her up on the post?
Well, at this point, time is all very fluid. If you guys aren't doing anything pressing, then we can just skip to that time.
I'll note we're not the ones putting her on the rock. There, Josh.
No, we are not.
Well, if I don't go fight the centaurs, it's possibly part of my fault.
But hey, now that the harpies were dealt with and nothing else has moved on, you can totally transform into a shape that gets us all up on the top of the cliff face to watch.
Yeah, sounds like a great idea. But I can't fly yet.
No, but you can climb speed.
True. Giant spider.
At least those of us that don't mind being up on a rock attacking things.
I will be
Okay.
content to stay on the ground floor.
I imagine Sophia will sit and hold her sister's hand on the rock.
Not holding her hand. No.
I don't believe that's allowed.
So yeah, skip forward.
Remember, we have to remain as independent agents to show any sign of a favoritism towards the sister, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Sophia, but
Why? We're not the gods.
it's not
We're
just
not
that.
sent by Pythor. We're working on our own.
Right, but if Sophia were to sit with her sister, indicating of the familial bond or anything else, that might...
It might be enough for Sidon to think that Pythor pressured us into doing it.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
and defeat the idea of neutrality.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, Sophia.
The night of, I will be in the water, circling to see to basically try and see what's coming.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yup.
And that was the last time we saw Helena.
I-
fine. It's fine.
Partway during the couple of days, Sophia, as you're just kind of going about your day, this extremely beautiful, golden-skinned, golden-haired woman with wings, it's kind of like flies down from the ground and lands in front of you, very, very heavily.
Where is this
Spider-
happening?
Just wherever you happen to be. Could be in the Honora Market outside the temple, just wherever you
Outside
happen to
of the
be.
temple.
It doesn't
Spending most
care.
of my time up in that area.
Says, you are Sophia.
Yes,
Oh, good.
you are.
My name-
Fishing for compliment.
I'm afraid that I have no name.
That's odd.
I'm to present this. And her stomach kind of opens up, and you can see that she's hollow
Okay.
and very obviously metallic on the inside. And she pulls out a package, a box, probably big enough to fit inside like a normal person's midsection, if he kind of tilted it a bit.
And we thought the idea of the ranger with the clockwork owl was awesome.
The Clockwork
Did-
Ranger is awesome. I love that Ranger archetype.
Did my grandfather make you?
Yes,
Aha.
he said, and then she does like this perfect imitation of his voice. Travel to and fro merely to acquire objects is a waste of time. This is more expedient.
I agree.
Hey, Anita, is there any way
yes.
you can turn your volume up a bit?
Not really. Is that better?
Okay. Yeah, I just find you like kind of in the background.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't
fair.
know if
It's a
any way
little
to-
better.
You may have to look
What's
at
in the
your
box?
window settings.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh
Pretty
god.
sure it's not my sister's head. Um,
Oh God.
Thanks, Grandpa.
My Thor's heart.
This is what I always wanted.
What do you get for the demigod that has everything?
you're very skillfully made.
Although you sound much nicer, but go. There are
Very
all
impressive.
sorts of jokes here.
I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to say. Just
Yes,
nope.
she's giving me her box.
No, that's not even the worst of it. I'm just going to
Yep.
keep those to myself.
Your grandfather sent her to give you her box.
Sophia is going to
La, la,
open
la.
the box.
Inside the box is a mithril chain shirt.
Oh, did he say who this was for?
This is for the one referred to as Deacon.
I thought it must be. Excellent. We were thinking we'd have to travel. Yes,
Oh, thank you.
you were definitely faster. Deacon. Gifts from afar.
Thank you.
Are we supposed to send anything back with you?
If you
Hug a
have,
handshake or a high five.
if you have anything that you wish for him to craft for you, and you have the materials, I can transport them for you.
Sophia will look at Deacon.
Well, we don't have any extra mithril, but there was more than just this chain shirt available. If you have a request, then I'm sure that she can take it to your grandfather.
already have the hammer.
True.
I'd feel
Told him, man.
awkward.
I wanted a magic pitch pipe.
Magic what?
Pitch pipe.
Pitch pipe.
Yeah, she was asking for that before too.
I don't know if he can do that. It's not really a weapon. It's an
No,
instrument.
I'm sure he can. The thing is that with the two the two ringmail dwarven suits and the ingot that we found, he told me that not only was the chain going to work, but more importantly, that there was going to be leftovers if we needed anything else.
I don't really do weapons. I just call
True,
people
but-
names until they die.
True, but there's also things like arrowheads, bolt heads. You can have, if you're whatever your armor might be, there might be enough left over. I mean, you're small, so I mean, you might
See
be able to
this-
get some armor.
I don't think I can wear armor.
Maybe
And
I
that-
agree. I mean, I
Agree
wouldn't
might
mind some
build most
arrows.
armor.
Yeah,
I'm not
Niagara
gonna
could
beg for
probably use a scimitar that's made of menthol.
I have a scimitar, and Agri points to his armor and says, "This is the best that I can wear."
Yes,
Oh,
but you
Sophia?
have a death scimitar.
Ah,
Any armor for Sophia?
I mean, what he can make for chainmail, I suppose.
I think your grandfather would gladly, now that they're smiting and maining some mithril, actually do something for you.
I'm not accustomed to asking for things.
Well, you might need to. This
That-
chainmail showed up because we had the material and I made a request. So if you make a request, you don't need the material.
Very well. Whatever he can make that falls into the chainmail.
Another suit of mithril chainmail, please.
I don't know that there would
Size
be
for his granddaughter.
enough. I doubt there will be enough.
Do not underestimate the dwarven ability to dig mithril out of a mine. And with his forging ability and the elemental at control, it would take no time at all.
That's very possible.
Well, yes, mine showed up here, and it's only been a few days. So I'm sure that he will be extra motivated to make something for you.
I will convey your request. I have been
Thank you.
programmed to find you wherever you may be.
Oh,
Thank you. You are a wonderful invention.
interesting.
Do you
Yeah.
fight?
I do not fight.
Okay.
He makes more than weapons.
The ultimate in messengers. There's nothing wrong with that.
I could see this being very useful almost anywhere.
Yes, who doesn't like airdrop weaponry?
Hmm.
It's always nice when something's brought by pure gold later.
Oh, awful beat.
That,
Boom, boom,
that
boom.
was terrible.
But
Wow.
it took
Yeah.
intelligence to
Terrible.
find it.
You've been hanging on to that one for how long?
Not very long. I went, wait, pure later, pure gold
5
later.
minutes,
Yep.
So she will take to the air again and fly off in the direction of the mines.
That was interesting.
Very
Well, I mean, if somebody
interesting.
spray painted her brown, we could just say, well, what can brown do for you today?
But she's so pretty that way. Why do you
She-
gotta take away the shiny all the time?
It's because he's a soldier at heart.
It's not entirely stealthy.
I
Yes,
don't need
brown
stealthy.
hides much
like
more
shiny.
effectively.
Hmm. I'm thinking if you wanted something to drop off potions to you behind enemy lines,
You can horse
gold
the
and
ground, yeah.
shiny.
It's hard to prevent something from being delivered by ups.
But something gold and shiny would definitely be a bit more noticeable.
She better be very careful or she'll become a slave to the Amazons.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that's a prime gig.
2 for 2.
Wow.
Buzzing.
So bad. So
Isn't this the time where like doesn't the GM roll dice at this point in time just to give us some extra damage or something because of the bad point?
I thought it was time for us to spoil the sacrifice and call it a night.
Yeah.
So time passes until the time of the sacrifice.
Ready to piss off a Titan? I am. I'm excited about it.
Foundry
I
is
just-
telling me that I lack permission
Yeah,
Same.
me
to do a
too.
bunch of stuff. Okay,
Same
not just
here.
me.
That was all right.
Perfect.
What were you trying to do?
Nothing. I wasn't even touching.
When you change the
Yeah,
time,
just-
when you change the time.
Weird.
Yeah. Like I wasn't even touching the mouse. It was strange.
So if I do that,
Didn't do it
Nope.
this time.
Might have just been the large transition from night to day. There
Oh,
it
There
is.
it is.
okay.
So yes. Yes, that would be it.
Apparently it's an issue with the calendar then. Okay, good to know.
So, anyways, I swapped my armor out.
Okay. So let's see here. What have you got for armor now?
Hey, how's the hey?
I feel I have a belief that I'm going to need it.
Probably.
Agrius, all the water touches is ours. Well, actually, it's Sidon's, but yeah, you know.
So we'll just have to remember that it's basically +1 chainmail. So your armor class will be 1 higher. I'll have that in for next game.
Cool. So 20 instead of 19.
So yeah, I will be swimming in the water to see anything that's coming by water in advance.
I'll be hiding in some bushes by the cliff face.
I don't have anything that gives me telepathy, do I?
I'm crazy enough. I'm looking up a spell.
So
Do you have telepathy?
No.
the day of the sacrifice, some folks arrive from down south, from Mitros. Like an entire battalion of soldiers, all wearing the blue cloaks that symbolize the Order of Sidon, to oversee the sacrifice, to make sure that everything is in fact done. They are led by a gentleman named Gaius.
Damn it, he's played by Jared.
And they they're here, the entire group of them, probably 150 soldiers, basically are here just to make sure that Anora is actually delivered to the sacrificial rock. They form almost like an honor guard along the walkway that leads from the city down to the rock. All of them standing there with their burnished breastplates and their helms and their spears. Very professional. Deacon, you can tell that these are not conscripts. These are professional soldiers.
Gotcha.
Well, the good news is we're not trying to stop him from being strapped to the rock.
Exactly. We're here to defeat whatever comes to eat her.
Before we head down, what is she planning on wearing?
She's wearing just a very plain white gown.
Oh, good. I was worried we were going to get Hollywoodized and be a diaphanous white silk robe that she'll wear strapped to the rock as the wind and water tease it.
No.
Nothing she'd be able to hide my chainmail under.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, it is a very, very plain white robe made of linen.
Oh, nice.
Those lovely bloodstains. Oh boy.
Mhm.
I have had this map made for like 6 weeks.
So, well, sorry to have wasted your time until now.
It's at the speed of adventure.
Yeah.
My intention, Chris, is to be in the water, like under the water when the guards come, obviously, but to be in the water.
I'd like to be on the other side, on the other bank. Thank you.
So there is this like procession, very solemn. There's no chanting, there's nothing like this, but there is kind of a rhythmic beat of the soldiers kind of like tapping their spears on the ground in complete unison.
I will go over with Sophia.
And they lead her to the rock, the lead of the Order of Sidon, Gaius, basically personally affixes the chains.
Shouldn't there be like a stone passageway to get there? Otherwise, they're swimming to do it.
There is. I just didn't put it on the map.
But you had 6 weeks.
Yes, but see, after I've done the map in Incarnate and then I download it, I'm like, I don't want to go back into Incarnate and fart around more.
The waters part as Sidon wills her to get onto the rock.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
I
So
just want the same effect though if I can watch.
The fishes swim up and swim under their feet, carrying them across the waves.
I think from the earlier map we've determined that there is a stone causeway across this area.
Yes.
yes, there is. So he takes and he basically chains her, and then he just leaves, and the soldiers kind of like file in behind him. Like once she's chained to the rock, as far as he's concerned,
They did the job.
she just needs to stay there until morning.
They're
And it's our
leaving?
job to make sure she's still there in the morning.
Yep.
So time passes.
At least the river doesn't seem wide enough to host a kraken.
It is not wide enough to host a kraken.
It is wide enough to host the creature that's coming.
Don't make these suggestions.
Oh,
Possibly.
we were expecting a kraken from day one. Let's be honest.
Basilisks were kind of a nice surprise, to be honest.
Kraken in another game.
Well, no, but you know, kraken, it's a thing. We have a ship. I'm just saying.
Just went under Sentinel's game too.
It
We
would
don't
be
have the ship
absolutely
yet.
funny if a pirate ship sailed up. I'm just saying.
I think we got lost, guys.
What? Conan and D&D? No.
Is there a way? Do we have any torches or anything that we can put like on the rock so that she has a light source and we have a light source to see her?
I will have thrown my jacket up there, casting
I'm
light
just-
on it.
I'm assuming that in some ways, based on like a sacrifice, there probably would be like, torch
Torches,
pieces where the area is, so that, the whatever is coming
I
to
was
eat
seeing
it
her
can
fine.
find her.
But I'm special.
So as it starts to get into nighttime, you can hear like there's the lapping of water. You can see her quite fine because between torches and light spells, that's not an issue at all.
Light from the city.
And you start to hear very melodious singing sound. I need,
Oh, son of a bitch.
need everybody to make wisdom saving throws.
Mm.
And of course, the dice.
Is that enough, Chris?
Yes, 12 is enough.
Saving throw or ability check.
Saving throw.
Do I recognize the song?
Yes, it is definitely a harpy song.
It is
Sorry,
what?
it's
Sorry.
Deafening.
Top 40 hit.
You
And
cut out Chris.
sorry, and you see a small group of harpies starting to descend on the rock.
God damn it! Didn't we kill all you
Yes,
bitches?
they came down the river from another place.
Harpies up. Let's go.
I jump up on the rock and start singing myself. Can I do that, or do you want me to roll initiative first?
It will be initiative.
Okay.
Oh, time for the fun.
Takes me a minute to get out of the water, apparently.
Yikes. 3.
So Arathius, you will start to move towards the harpies,
Lucky me.
and then make another saving throw at the end of your turn.
Over here.
So yeah, so you start to walk forward, and then you kind of step into that like bracingly cold river, and you're like, what the hell? And you step out of it. One of the harpies is going to swoop down and land on the rock, screeching as it does. Looks like they're basically right now trying to terrify Honora to like maybe sweeten the meat, as it were.
Fear's terrible effect on me.
That will take us to Deacon.
Okay, how far is it across the rock?
Uh,
40 feet.
about 40 feet.
So close.
So let me check my movement here. 30 feet. So can I move my 30 to get across onto the rock and then hurl my javelin of lightning at it?
You could hurl your javelin from here if you wanted. Because it's swimming, it would be difficult terrain, so you would only move half.
I thought we had established that there was a...
Oh, yes, the little ford, yes.
Yes. That's what I'm exactly talking about.
Yes, yep. So yeah.
Although I think I will throw first, and then I will follow up to get onto the rock to try to protect her.
Got it. Okay.
Alrighty. So, ooh la la, and I'm going to invoke the lightning part of it, and I'm going to aim right for that little harpy that just landed right down there and try to blow it the frick out of their ring.
Okay. An 8 is a miss.
Dang.
But it does take a little bit of lightning damage. So the lightning zorts out, but it just misses the harpy, but it does singe some of the feathers.
Singeing is fine. And then I will move 30 should take me there.
Okay. That harpy is going to swoop down.
Fuck that harpy.
But a 5 and a 13.
She was intrigued by your proposition.
So yeah, one of them comes screeching down and yelling at you. How dare you interrupt the sacrifice? Like screeching and then this like horrible sounding thing, and it just like bounces off your shield.
Yeah, I hold up my shield and just scream, "Fuck you!"
That will take us to Helena.
I'm gonna throw a bardic inspiration at Deacon.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
then I am going to cast Enthrall on the harpies.
Ooh.
I start singing back, bitches.
So creatures you can see within range hear you.
Creatures of your choice.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
The of your
And
choice.
it's a free spell because it's part of my Song of Sorrow.
Nice. Okay. It's a wisdom save.
It is. Fail. Well, at least one of them fails.
2 of them failed.
Yes. 2 of them are charmed.
Ain't no holla back, yo.
Disadvantage on perception checks other than me until the spell ends. So they turn their focus and they are enthralled by me.
Alrighty.
And I am now up on the rock. So, distraction.
So one of them does come like flying over and just kind of like circling around Helena and trying to sing almost like a counterpoint melody to her, and then kind of cocking its head towards her, and like it's very confused as to what she actually is. It's like, you don't look like a harpy.
WTF?
Not darling.
That will bring us to Agri.
All right, so is there the same forge on the other side where I can basically go across?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that then. Something like that, Chris?
Yep.
Cool. And then as soon as I get across, I'm going to activate Rage.
Okay.
And that's about the extent of it.
Okay. So yes, Helena now has these 2 harpies that are kind of like flying overhead, kind of circling around her. kind of like singing at her, like they're almost engaged in some sort of like competition between the two of them, showing off to see like which one she likes better.
Yo, Helena's got some bitches.
Yes, I do.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Light them up.
60 feet. What type of creatures are these? I mean, I know they're harpies, but what type of creature is a harpy?
They are monstrosities.
Okay.
Yes, apparently all things that fly and sing are monstrosities.
Evidently.
That is not true.
Have any of them been damaged yet?
Yes. This one
Okay.
here took a little bit of lightning damage.
All right. I'm going to try to target that one with Toll the Dead. And hopefully it works better this time than it did last time.
Well, it failed its save, but your roll was.
Yeah, my roll sucked.
You can
It
re-roll
rolled. I was gonna say it only rolled the d8 anyway. You should roll the d12.
Yeah, roll the d12.
Yeah.
Wow,
Wow.
that's a little better, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, little.
okay. Arathius. You have snapped 2, you've kind of snapped out of it.
Yep, and now I have actions planned.
All right.
So the one that's terrorizing poor dear little sister should hopefully eat an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Nom, nom, nom.
So yeah, as she's kind of like flapping her wings down towards Honora, you just let out the Eldritch Blast, and it kind of knocks it back away from Honora like a foot or two.
And then as a bonus action, I'm casting Misty Step to be standing over Honora.
All right.
As I disappear into a cloud of mist and step out over her.
Yeah. So the nice thing about Eldritch Blast and Misty Step is you can cast 2 spells as long as one of them is a cantrip, and Eldritch Blast is a great cantrip.
Yeah.
Bamf.
Wait, Eldritch Blast is a goddamn cantrip?
Yep.
Yep.
Jesus.
That's why I only
So
get 2 spells per short rest, and that's why I blast Eldritch Blast all day long.
Eventually, you
Yep.
might have 3.
Yeah, actually, next level I think is when I get my 3rd.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. All right. She is going to swoop down at you now
Yeah, I figured.
with her claws.
Yep. Oh wow. Well, thank goodness that she does not have advantage.
She does not. So she swoops down and rakes you with her claws for 6 points of damage. And then she will try to take to the air again if you want to take an attack of opportunity against her.
Suck it.
Oh,
As best as I can.
Oh,
so yeah, as she tries to leap away, you just bring that staff around and like smash her like right between the wings. Deacon.
alrighty. I got one in front of me, eh?
You do.
Well, I'm going to put a spear through it.
That is definitely a solid hit.
Nice.
Boom.
At least we don't have to worry about these things turning us to stone.
True.
Yeah, it's a nice relief, isn't it?
Mm.
You hit it so hard.
So yeah, it is just like thrashing about, like just in like sheer rage and anger. It's not even coming close to hitting you.
It's almost like it knows it might be dead.
Helena.
I have to read my spell.
Can you get the entranced ones to do things for you?
No, they are.
No, they are enthralled, not charmed.
Yeah.
So just kind of out of the battle then for one.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And if I attack them, then they get to remake their saves. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's plenty of other things to attack.
Yeah. I can vicious mockery the other ones. That's what I was just checking. I wasn't sure if I had to keep the song up, but I don't think I do. So go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, yeah. Once you've cast enthralled, then they're enthralled.
Okay. So I will throw another bardic inspiration at Arathius, and then I will vicious mockery one of the ones Deacon is fighting. This one over here, I guess.
Probably this one, because this one up here is charmed.
Okay, I wasn't sure which ones were charmed and which ones weren't.
Yep, but you can vicious mockery this one.
Okay. I will vicious mockery the other one then.
Oh,
It doesn't think I'm funny.
it does not.
More importantly, it doesn't think you're nasty.
That one is still enthralled. Looking at you curiously now, but still enthralled.
Just remember to drop the base and go.
That will take us to Agri.
So all of them except for the one that Deacon's working with is flying.
The one that Deacon and the one that Arathius is fighting is like hovering like 10 feet above him. Yes.
Okay, and the rest of them are also hovering. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
If you come on over, there's flanking. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, no, I'm coming. So I'm moving, shifting up to Direwolf and going right behind the harpy that is lined up here with Deacon.
In the dramatic change, all of a sudden, the sister is broken from the bond.
Yeah, this giant wolf just lump, lump, lump. An 11 will hit. And then plus 2 damage for your rage, because that's not calculated.
Yep.
It seems to me she has to make a strength save as well.
She does, or she goes prone.
Right.
Swallowed.
So this you see Agri just run across, turning into a wolf partway through and like leaping onto this harpy and just dragging her to the ground under his claws.
Well, at least we won't have to feed Agri later.
That one is enthralled. That will take us to Sophia.
Okay. For bonus actions. So I can cast a spell as a bonus action and then physically attack as well?
As long as the spell is a bonus action, yes.
Okay, so spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Says that it's a bonus action.
Yep.
So I'd like to cast that.
Okay. Where would you like to cast it?
Probably the one floating in front of Arathius. If I may be so bold.
Sure. So I'll try to have it manifest there.
All right. Poop. You get to make an attack with it when it does.
Excellent. Do I just roll the die besides spiritual weapon?
Yes. All right. 17 to hit for 8.
Nice.
So what does your spiritual weapon look like? It's as a manifestation of...
It looks like Pythor's hammer.
Okay. So yeah, so this giant hammer materializes and just kind of like hammers into her head. You still have your movement and your action.
Come on,
Uh,
Pythor's hammer with like bull's horns.
I'm going to try to shoot that same one with my crossbow.
You mess with Sophia, you get Pythor's hammer with the horns.
Bingo.
So yeah, your crossbow bow sinks right into it, and it like loses a couple feet of altitude. It is like there's harpy blood all over the rock underneath this thing.
Ooh.
It was only 10 or so feet up, wasn't it?
Yep.
Great. It should be in range. If it dropped a couple of feet, it should be in
Oh,
range for everybody.
I don't want it to be in melee range.
Yeah. No, it wasn't enough to actually move it. Just as simple as the fact that it is badly wounded. Like it's
It
like
is laboring as it's flying.
Yeah.
very much so. Arathius, you're up.
The tried and true. Finish it off, I hope it do.
Booyah.
That is definitely hit. That drops that.
Get out of my airspace.
That will take us to Deacon. The one in front of you is prone, so you have advantage.
I will tent peg it into the ground.
Nice advantage roll.
Yeah, that's happened like 3 times now. Although that should be enough.
Not quite. It has almost 0 hit points. But not 0.
Oh, I just meant to hit. But
Oh yeah, that is definitely a hit. Harpies
Yeah.
Harpies are like AC 11.
9.9 point. That's
Yeah. Okay. That one will struggle and struggle to get to its feet. And it will lash out claws and club at Deacon. Ooh, it'll hit with the club for 2 points of damage.
excellent. I feel threatened.
And you can tell from that, like it put all of its strength in that club, but its strength is like leaving its body so quickly from the direwolf claws in the back and the spear through the gut that it's got like no strength left.
Nice.
Helena.
I'm gonna sneeze on it.
Okay.
By sneeze on it, I mean I'm gonna call it ugly and hope it dies. I call it ugly and it dies.
That is definitely enough to drop that one. That
I
one
love
is
it when I do that.
Yay! The vicious mockery kill.
that will bring us to Agri.
Yeah, so I'm going to 10 feet.
As a large creature, you can basically kind of rear back and hit it.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Otherwise, it's going to be a nice little acrobatics to pin him out of the sky here in a second.
Can you like grapple him and bring him down?
He could try to grapple it, but as a direwolf, if he hits, it has to make a save to not be knocked prone anyway.
Yeah, I'm just
Ah,
going to
okay.
take a bite if I can reach it.
Sweet.
It also gets another save on being enthralled.
Whew. That's taking a chunk out of it.
If it's not already dead.
I think it won't be dead yet.
Yeah, it's only the first hit. But it does come down.
He gets to make another wisdom save.
It's still enthralled.
So it is still enthralled. It will still attack other people now. It's just it's focused on you.
Especially the wolf.
Yeah. So if anybody tried to hide or anything, it's not going to notice them. But That one
I
is still
so
a 12.
love Helena, but oh my god, you hurt me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sophia.
Pretty, but you're big.
The hammer is going to shift over to this one
Okay.
and take a swing at her.
So when you click the thing now for your spell, if you say cast it without using a spell slot, it should roll the damage for you.
Okay. Six. Now, does that count as me using, like, is that everything I can do is using the spiritual weapon, or is that considered a bonus action?
Bonus action to make an attack.
Okay.
As a bonus action on each turn, you can move it 20 feet and attack something.
Excellent. And while that's checking. It doesn't say here if it's concentration.
It is not.
Excellent.
Spiritual weapon's a great spell.
In that case, since it's taken some damage, I'd like to cast Toll the Dead.
It's almost like we have another party member.
Oh, not 20 on the wisdom save.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Tried.
It's okay. It was only really 1 point. Anyway.
Yeah.
And again, it was the D8 again, because for whatever reason, it seems to default to it.
It does default to it. That will take us to Arathius.
It's okay. The hammer's
Well, I'll zap the one in the air, because the one that's prone gets the advantage for being prone and not at my feet.
Okay.
My lowest damage result possible.
It's too bad you didn't have a way to reroll damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any feats offhand that let you reroll spell damage.
Yeah.
Deacon. There's another one that has been knocked prone over.
Prone? Oh my god, I'm going to have to go over and give it some spear.
So yeah, as it's like struggling to get up, you just like put your spear through its shoulder, kind of twist it a little bit.
Warm it up, help it not fly.
That will take us to Helena.
I guess I'm gonna throw another bardic inspiration at Egri just for fun, and then I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess it's time to start telling them how it is. This one looks hurt.
Yep.
Oh, that's not what I meant to press. It's really not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. I insulted.
It screeches back at you.
Hey, look, you made your save.
Yeah. Okay. It will struggle to get back to its feet, and then it will start to sing as it tries to fly away. So that is going to be a wisdom save from everybody.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll throw my inspiration at that.
I will also throw my inspiration at that.
We still
All right,
have
so I
inspiration?
have a 9.
Have an
And
8.
Helena's just like, yeah, no, I've heard this song before, guys.
Do we still have inspiration?
Deacon and Agri did. Or not Deacon,
Okay.
Rathius and Agri did.
Alrighty.
And it is going to try to fly away, but Deacon can get an attack of opportunity on it.
Absolutely. How badly damaged does it look?
Not terribly bad off. Like it took a bite and then got dragged down to the ground and then got speared. But it's like limp flying away.
Action surge.
That's what I was thinking. Let's go for 2 attacks on it as it leaves.
All right, and that is definitely a hit.
Excellent. Moving on.
Actually, you can't action surge because you can only action surge on your turn, so not as the reaction.
Fair enough. But that's a good hit, though.
And it does not get like terribly far off the ground. It only gets like about 5 feet off the ground because it had to get up from prone and then fly. So it's just like barely like its claws are at your face level.
Sweet. So spear level.
Agri, you need to use a bonus action to move towards that harpy, and then at the end of your turn, you can make a save. Okay, you managed to shake it off.
Okay.
Edibles.
That other harpy is also going to sing, but everybody already shrugged off the effects of it, so you are immune to it for 24 hours.
Ooh, bonus.
Yes, once you have shaken off the effects of one harpy song, you are immune to that particular harpy song for the next 24 hours. Yeah. So you're still moving towards that one that is flying away, and then at the end of your turn, you can make another wisdom save.
I take that's all I'm doing this round.
Yes, you're muted.
I take it that's all I'm doing this round.
Yes, because you make the save at the end of your turn.
Okay.
At this point in time, I will probably kind of put a hand up and go, Sophie, stay back.
Then I make my wisdom now.
You're incapacitated, so you can't take any actions or reactions. So yes. And then you shrug it off.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
Look over at Deacon. Thank you.
Deacon's can't take the credit. Yep.
Who said it? Sorry.
Well, I mean,
Who held her back?
it was your force of will.
Ah,
Deacon starts
I'm just
to
direct traffic.
yeah. Deacon's like this way, over this way. Arathis takes a couple of steps towards it and then can make his wisdom save and shrug it off. So just so everybody knows, you guys are now immune to the songs of both of the harpies that are left remaining.
Oh, yeah.
That will take us to Deacon.
All right, so this one that's here, is it within spear range?
Yeah, it only got like 5 feet off the ground.
Oh, yeah. We'll give that a stab then. And we're going to action surge so I can do things twice. Unless it falls over the...
Yeah, that will be enough to drop it.
All right, no need to do twice. And then I'll get a little movement.
That will bring us to Helena.
Alright, I'm gonna Vicious Mockery this last one. She gets to remake her other save. So she fails the first one, she's insulted, now she gets to make another one to not be enthralled anymore.
And she's not enthralled.
Because
Realizing
she's
how little you
insulted.
think of her, she's no longer enthralled.
Hey, your song sucks!
That will bring us to Agri.
Bite, bite, chomp, chomp as he goes into the other side of the rock.
This giant wolf just bounding over everybody.
Pretty puppy.
See what happens when you say pretty puppy? However, pack tactics allows advantage.
Yes, that's right. So that is a hit.
See, it's because I called you a pretty puppy.
Yeah, that totally brings out the pack instincts.
Yep. As she's drugged to the ground.
Yeah, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Yep.
So she lands hard on those rocks.
Good.
She's laying there like all kinds of like broken. But it's her turn next. So half her movement to get up. And she'll screech and she will like lash out at Agri.
Yay.
Does that 11 hit a direwolf?
No.
Yeah.
Club hits.
So yeah, she brings that club around to the side of your head. She's like, you!
And bonks you on the snoot.
Boop.
It's like, the mistress will be displeased. Whack! And that will bring us to Sophia.
I'm going to try to hit her with my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
21.
Bonk.
Nice.
So yeah, the spiritual weapon comes down and like splatters the harpy.
Agri lets out quite this dire wolf roar, almost attempting to intimidate anything else that might come to this island.
Arathis is going to throw the corpses into the water. The last batch of harpies fed the wild woodland animals. Now it's time to feed the fish.
Deacon
The
is
fish will
going to make
appreciate that.
Deacon is going to make sure that Sophie doesn't cross the water, but we'll go over and then hug the sister for her.
Okay.
Is she all right?
She's like a little bit like, kind of like almost awestruck at the, giant wolves jumping over her head and bolts of lightning and, the fates themselves. And yeah. At first when she was there, I mean, she tried to put up the stoic front, but then when she was chained to the rock, there was this kind of like resignation that kind of settled upon her. But after seeing this, like, shocking display of violence, she's kind of like,
if there's something we're good at, it's shocking displays of violence.
Yes, if nothing else, yes, we can do this. I let her know that we're here for her the entire night.
okay. And she will get like this kind of like resolute look upon her face. And at that moment, you can see like a lot of her father in her, but also characteristics she shares with her half sister. And she'll just kind of nod, and then she'll like kind of plant both of her feet and just stand there like defiantly almost.
I would say that Sophie should come over and talk to you, but I don't think, because everyone knows that she's associated with you, and we can't have that.
I understand. Thank you, and tell her I said thank you.
Hug
My
the
will.
princess and sing a song. An awesome song.
Don't forget to keep track of these natural 20s and stuff for your epic poem.
Yeah, I think I'm up to 4 full verses now. I think
Booyah.
I've hit my next one tonight. So
Natural
I gotta
20s and
split it.
natural ones.
yeah, I've more than enough. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Is-
those saving throws.
I guess the natural one means that you accidentally burn a line of the poem.
No, it's pointing out how we're still mortal.
Yeah, I read a tragedy.
Yeah.
A tragic portion of the poem.
Gotcha.
It's a Greek epic.
So yeah, I think you've got at least 12 now, which means the epic courage.
Yes.
So basically, as long as somebody has her inspiration and hasn't spent it, they have advantage on saving throws against anything that would cause fear.
Oh, no, you guys already had that. I'm up to past that now because I don't need 12. I need 2 times my party.
Right, you need 10.
Right. So I'm past 10. I was at 10, so you guys should have had that already. But I'm up to rank 3, I think. So my minimum value goes to 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you get epic courage and your minimum value on the bardic dice are 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the rest of the night passes without incident.
Because we kind of took care of what the harpies normally attract.
Because yes, you guys did do a bunch of preemptive stuff.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay, preempt.
So as
Once the sun comes up, Sophia will go over to the rock.
So as the sun comes up and Sophia makes her way over, you can see like Gaius and his men have started to kind of come down to the, and Honora just looks at him and basically in this very commanding voice says like, "Release me! I've fulfilled my purpose." And he sends one of his peons over to do it. Seeing that like everybody kind of gathered there on the rock around here, he is not going out on the rock.
Don't blame him.
Helena's still singing her epic song.
I agree with
But
you.
now she sounds like a chain smoker because she's been singing so long.
No, man, my voice is still perfect. Told you I can hold my breath for like 3 hours.
That must come in
Come
handy.
on. Some blues is great.
Good God.
So yes, you guys, as the sun starts to come up, the Order of Sidon does release Honora, but you can tell that that the Gaius is basically just like glaring daggers at you from the shore.
Sophia smiles sweetly.
Meh. We'll kill him later.
Helena sings a little louder.
And as the sun starts to come like rise a little bit more, you can see the centaurs on the shore starting to break camp.
Oh yeah.
In a good way or in a heading towards town kind of way?
In a good way. And
Okay.
If they were
In a,
attacking town, they weren't going to
"We
break
showed
camp.
stronger."
Agri says in Druidic, cowards.
there you go.
That didn't sound like Centaur Agri.
And we will call it there.
Sophia will
I
lean
kind of
over.
hold up my fist for a fist bump.
Sophia's gonna lean over toward her sister and say, "See, I told you we wouldn't let anything happen to you."
It's important that the people know that I was willing. But thank you. So thank you.
We're heroes, dude. Of course we're gonna save the princess.
You're willing to be the sacrifice. That doesn't mean you have to be thrown away. Fate has something else in store for us all.
At
Be a
least there were no
shitty poem if we didn't save the princess.
At least there was no basilisks.
True. Those are so fucking annoying to kill.
Just let's just not talk about basilisks for a while, please.
I'm really getting tired of almost getting turned to stone.
Speaking of which, we should go see how that potion made out.
I'm tired of being turned into stone, thank you. Not almost.
So as you make your way back, Inora is going to go back to the palace to let her father know she's okay, and you guys are of course invited to come over as soon as you wish to. But you can meet up with Aesop.
Sophia's going with her.
Okay.
Just to see if he's still sober.
I mean, Aesop's next door anyway.
Yeah.
Are we sure the palace has enough food to feed us?
Yes.
Yes.
Not
If the Taverna can feed us, the palace can, okay?
Okay. Just checking.
So Pythor is still sober. Aesop has created two vials of anti-venom in case anybody happens to get poisoned.
Sweet.
Andy?
And he's got these like two like little clay pots of this very thick, goopy oil-like substance. It's like this should be able to reverse it if somebody is turned to stone. It's made from the same kind of. I won't go into the process.
That's nasty.
It doesn't.
But useful.
So 2 specifics and 2 generals.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't smell great. Do not eat it.
Angry smiles.
As he
I've
looks
no
at
problem
Elena.
with
Arathius actually looks kind of disappointed.
Look over at Helen.
I can't make any promises. If I get hungry enough,
Okay, there, Pooh Bear.
And
I need to take Hero's Feast.
There's a rumbly in that tumbly.
It will very lightly burn any flesh that it may come into contact. So make sure you only use it on somebody who's been petrified.
Okay.
Like, don't use it on somebody that you think is petrified, because there's boils and stuff. It's bad.
Gotcha.
Okay.
We should probably also try to source the eggs out somewhere too.
Mitros would probably have a market for the eggs.
Gotcha.
Funny. It's not our immediate next destination, but it's on the upcoming list.
Well, it does seem to be on the way.
All right. But yes, we will call it there, and we will pick up next time with celebration with the rescue of Princess Honora, and then continuing on travels, probably stopping at the necropolis along the way.
Dun dun dun.
Good
Night, folks.
Thanks, everyone.
Night.
Have a good night, everybody.
You too.
Cool.
Thank you.